We're going live.
Oh my God!
We're on the internet.
What?
Yeah.
That's probably not
Live.
safe.
Yeah. I hear
Live
all the
on
world can see us. And nothing ever goes away.
Holy shit! There's a bunch of motherfuckers in here
What's up,
already.
dudes? How's everybody doing?
Apparently,
What up, motherfuckers?
even if you delete the entire live stream, we have fans who just screenshot shit so that it never ever goes away.
Oh,
Yeah, I learned that.
Ooh, I missed Said Faction Friday.
What
Dude,
up, everybody?
I woke up at 3 p.m. on Thursday. Was up all night. Was up all night. Went to Birmingham to the VA hospital doctors the next day. So at 6 p.m. on Friday, which was 27 hours later, I crashed
What up,
and
Matt?
slept like a rock, man.
Marcel, Ed, Captain Smith.
Yeah, we went a little off the rails, and that live stream has been hidden.
I heard that.
Wait, what live stream?
Don't know what you're talking about.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up. I looked for you and Maddie's on Friday and I couldn't find it. That's bullshit.
It's not. It didn't happen.
Yeah,
You're
it
a
never
fucking liar. You're an asshole. Why are you so mean to me now?
Why are you so sensitive, bitch?
Also a good point.
I'm sensitive.
Well, I guess we'll start out by letting Stevie give us some numbers. I'm sure everybody in here knows we were trying to do a little fundraiser to raise some funds for Josh, otherwise known as PNW Fun Stuff.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, he has a name? I don't like that.
Yeah, who has
I don't like
done
when you guys have names.
who has done nothing but bring joy and happiness to this community since we met him. And he had some medical issues and been out of work for a little bit. Luckily, I heard that his employer decided to not fire him, so that's great. But
Big
still,
update on that. Yeah.
the man's been out of work. We didn't. I'm sure we didn't raise enough money to make up for that. But man, I would have been happy with anything. I'm just glad we were able to do something to help him out. And it wasn't just a complete charity giving thing. Stevie was promoting, a good way to help him out to go on EDC Roundtable and buy some of his wares. So what we did is anybody that bought, I guess you dated it from that day forward.
Yeah. It started that night. I believe it was the 26th, and we ran it till basically right now.
Okay.
Anyone that purchased something from PNW FUNWORKS EDC Roundtable store, Shane was cool enough to just throw it out there saying he would do a giveaway for one of his badass handmade knives. And I believe Kyle's going to sharpen it as well. So,
That's correct.
I did. I just refreshed, made sure I got everything. This helped raise. He sold well over $400 worth of stuff from his store because of everybody through this.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Whether it was because you guys did it because you wanted in on one of Shane's knives, or you just did it to support PNW FUNWORKS. Either way, man, it's going to an awesome cause. Like Shane said, an awesome dude.
And in all honesty, Stevie, a lot of it was already selling pretty well. So a lot of people did just buy, because they wanted it and they wanted to help. So, but regardless of why, but I did have an idea, Stephen. You tell me if it's too late. Is it too late to put my name back on the list?
Nope.
Okay. Put my name back on the list, and unless anybody has a problem with it, then I'm playing for Josh. Is that
okay?
Because I did buy something, but if I win, it's going to Josh. Just to tell y'all what it is, I'm not sure. It's going to be out of this batch. I have heat treating now, so that you don't have to wait 6-8 weeks to get it. And I was thinking it'd be a cool idea. I think I'm going to buy some Koa and do Koa scales.
Oh,
that way,
nice.
it's kind of in line with his style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my name is going to be in there, but if I win, then the knife goes to Josh. So
Well, I think that's super awesome, and if anyone actually has a problem with that, I mean, come
Fuck
on.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, well, let's do this. So we got 16 total entries. We
Pretty
got
good odds, guys.
we got Mark Parks, who's got a pretty good chance that he bought on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah, and this
So-
is not a tri-state raffle.
No.
He gets 2 chances. He bought
Yes.
2 items. He gets 2 chances.
So I am going to let's see here. Stop screen. Present, share screen. I'm going to randomize the list first. So paste it all into there. There's everybody's name. Now, when I randomize this, it's going to assign a number to everybody's name. There's 16 names. I'm going to now share this screen instead. So I'm going to put in 16. When I click generate here, whatever that number is the winner. So should I just go? All right, here we go. Generate number 14. Who is that? Number 14, Bluminati Ninja.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
And another shout out to Bluminati. If you guys haven't seen the logo that he recently did for Josh Branson, Sharper Than Most, it's badass, y'all.
It is.
Josh sent it to me and he was like, be honest, man, do you like it? And I was like it, dude. I'm jealous of it. That's incredible work. So hats off to Bluminati.
Yeah.
Couldn't go to a better guy. You know, another staple of the community. So
another awesome dude. Whoops, I changed your. How did I do that? There we go.
I thought it looked weird.
So I will. If you don't have Bluminati's info, I will send that to you right now.
That'll work. Bluminati is gifting it to Josh.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's awesome, Bluminati. You're a
Blue.
guy, man. Really appreciate that. So PNW Fun Stuff. If you're in here, yeah, I guess you're getting the knife. So cool beans, man.
Were you just was that just a reference to your favorite DJ Quick song, Donnie? Black Pussy.
That's right.
I don't think I've heard of DJ Quick, but I'm musically handicapped here in Northeast Alabama, so it is
right. You guys don't have the internet over there, do you?
Barely.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much stuck with Yellow Wolf and Jam Wayne. That's about it. Oh me! But I just saw he just dropped a song. I saw it on YouTube. I guess he's doing okay. He's separated himself from Marshall Mathers at this point. Which I thought was going to be a great thing for his career, but I just don't think they their vision was just different.
Who are we talking about?
Yellow Wolf.
Talking about Yellow Wolf and fucking Eminem.
Yeah, their vision just didn't align. And, yeah, you know, I don't think neither one of them really have bad things to say about the other, but yeah, it just didn't. Just because they're both white rappers, don't mean they say everything the same. So,
well,
yeah.
Weird.
I will say this though, I tried his whiskey, dude. I swear it tasted like it tastes like straight turpentine to me.
That's because it's fucking whiskey and it's disgusting.
That creek water, and it's not cheap. I mean, I support him, and keep in mind, I'm also not a whiskey connoisseur. So,
being this is mead, this is some of our mixed berry mead.
Yeah,
mixed berry.
So I'm not the one to ask if it's good, but I didn't like it. Or maybe it's just some personal animosity because I've spent days helping him film 2 music videos, and all my footage is on the editing room floor. So, yeah, A little upset. Meathead made it in, but I didn't. How's that happen?
Brian?
Yeah. What's up, Brian F? Yeah. And in case you guys were wondering,
Paul, that's right.
there's nothing I love more than you guys bragging on my knife stuff, and I've touched on it a little bit, but I want to go further into detail. It's a little embarrassing. But the reason why these joke wolves did not make it to market, I want to show you, Donnie, you'll see it immediately. So you see that grind line there?
Yeah.
That's a hollow grind. It's not bad. It has a slight upsweep out here.
So,
but also, Donnie, well,
as long as the other side matches, it's all good.
It doesn't. And you'll probably know why when you see it.
Oh, yeah.
What happened was I ground all these before I realized it, because I've been using that contact wheel to remove stock. I have actually worn one side of my contact wheel a little bit. So when I went to use that same contact wheel to do a hollow grind, because it's slightly worn on the edge, it tapered the grind on that side.
For sure.
I'm gifting this to Javon. Wants it anyway, so I'm going to send it to him. It's still a perfectly usable knife. It's just not. I don't feel like it's worthy of being sold.
Are we going to finally get to see what it looks like compared to a chickadee?
Yes, he doesn't compare it to the chickadee,
Nice.
but he even agreed that he wouldn't show both sides because I didn't want it to be a representation of what I'm currently doing. But I don't want to hide anything. That's why the joke wolves didn't go to market. They all have a slightly off grind. I mean, it's my fault, but it was due to a slightly tapered contact wheel. You know, and I had practiced that grind for months. Started a year ago, and it was coming out perfect. But what I didn't think about was I had used that contact wheel for stock removal and had worn it some. So yeah, that happens, man.
Yeah, no.
Well, I only show the good side. Well, you don't
we all learned that the hard way, wearing down our contact wheel. For sure.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to now, Dwight. I didn't want to hide anything, you know, and somebody find out later that I was hiding something. But yeah, if they had both turned out like this side, I would have been more than happy. But they just didn't. So it is what it is. You know, and now I know when I get a contact wheel for doing hollow grinds to use it for nothing but that.
Ooh, dude, I'm about to buy one.
Yeah,
I got the money for it right now. I'm about to buy one finally.
good deal.
Nice.
It's a learning curve, man. You know, because I do everything on a jig, and you can't really pick that jig up, you know, consistently and make that sweep for a hollow grind. So, you know,
I've only done one, but it was on a small 2-inch wheel.
Yeah.
It was like it was basically the size of the knife you just did.
Yeah. I don't know what size wheel this actually is. It's about that big around. It's probably 3, maybe 4-inch wheel. But as you can see, it leaves a very, very shallow.
It's over. Drink water. It
doesn't rise up the. But Stevie, I don't know if you were here for it. I do have a line on. If you purchased a knife from me, I can get it hollow ground by Sawtooth Dave now. I refuse to let him do it for free, so there will be a significant price difference. I'm not making any money off that. It's just the shipping to and from, and what Dave. It's still less than he deserves to be paid. Just
more than he's charging.
Yeah, just knowing the amount of belts he goes through, he's losing money. But it's a passion project for him right now. I don't know how long that'll last.
It's lasted too long.
Yeah, if it
his work is now good, you know, like good.
Yeah, and the
you know,
and also it will add.
I mean, he's an awesome dude for doing this shit cheap. Like I give him his props. You know, I love talking to him.
Yeah, it's also going to add some logistics to it. So you're talking about a longer wait due to that. But just think about that, guys. Right now, I mean, you have the opportunity to get a knife heat treated by Brian Kim, ground by Sawtooth Dave, and then my that don't mean anything, but
kind of stinking up the joint, aren't
you? I'll stink it up a little bit when I get back. But not everybody has opportunity to own something from.
No, that's awesome to have it touch that many people in the community. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. That dude, man, it's almost annoying, to be honest, that Dave just keeps giving and just won't take. And yeah.
You also can't argue with the dude, so
No, he won't. What are you going to do? Fight him? I don't want to do that.
I'm betting in swing.
Yeah, Dave's built like a chunk of granite. So, do you have any of those, Shane? I do not, Kevin, and that's going to be a custom order situation. That sucks as far as waiting. However, what that does mean is you can pick the steel you want. You can pick the style you want, the size you want, the handle material. You can pick everything. Like I said, there's no upcharge for it. It's going to be a little more money just because of the materials you pick. You know, like if you want K390, of course, that's going to cost more than Nitro V or 154 or whatever. But no, I will not have any of those in inventory. That will be a one piece at a time custom order type deal. So, because Paul Mills and Snot Rag are both having a modified Joke Wolf made. It's going to be just a little bit bigger, just a little bit wider, and have a little more blade to handle transition so that you can't slide up on that edge. You know, and they're having it done in K390. Brian's reading it. Sawtooth Dave's grinding it. So, you know, me and Paul were just having a conversation the other day about the cost, and I'll just be up front, guys. I'm charging you $40 to handle all the logistics, install the scales, shape it all. That's all I'm making. All the rest of it is pure cost and paying these other people and mailing it. Because you think about that knife's going to go from Alabama to California to Arizona, back to Alabama, to Ohio, and then to you. So it will be world traveled by the time you get it. And it will take weeks. I can promise you. There's just no way around it. Yeah.
I got a new fixed blade about a week ago or so ago. I got this the red line.
Oh yeah, from
ERM red line.
I like that profile.
Yeah. Javon, I fully plan to.
Very interesting knife.
Well,
I like it.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
Javon, I fully plan to. I just wasn't happy with my grind, and I wasn't. To be honest with you, I'm not happy with the design either. You know, not just my design, but his. It's not a great design to begin with. So I'm going to see how Paul's and Snot Rags turn out, and if it's something the three of us are happy with, then I may make more. But yeah. Yeah, that red line's nice. I got in some nice looking. I got in a bunch of liners. Oh, and an update, the maxi pad looking scales that I made, they did not turn out. You will not see those. No, it was never going to look like it did in the picture. There was supposed to be more red.
Not a bad thing.
You trying to make it look like used maxi pads?
Well, it wasn't. What I had in mind,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And what came out was not the same thing, so those won't be used. I am happy with the ivory white epoxy though. It looked nice, but when you add any color to it, because what y'all don't know was there was a purple one and an orange one too that didn't look like blood, but it was really cloudy and muddy looking when you sanded it. So not going to use those. Shane, put an index card in with my knife so everyone who touches it can sign it.
There you go.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, send me an Instagram message though and remind me though, because the time this live's over, I may have forgotten it. Yeah, but yeah, I can do that. But if you've said on here, hey, I want one of those, you guys, if it's not in my Instagram messages, I have no way of keeping track of it. So if that's something that you're interested in or you want to know the cost of, Instagram, message me on Instagram and I can let you know. Now that, like I said, Paul and I have kind of already dealt with it and we're seeing what the cost is going to be. But, unfortunately, it doesn't have to be tiny. For about the same money, you could probably just about double the size of it. So,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't have to be a little tiny knife. Just like me, Mal. Lord, I don't know what you're talking about, 5-door. And I hope I'm not inappropriately laughing. Just reading me, Mal. Got me a little tickle. I forgot I may have to grab my reading glasses. So I'm not like this the whole live stream.
$2.99 for the joke wolf. Yes.
Brandon, I'll be honest. It was right at now. Keep in mind, Paul wanted. I'll show you. Paul, do you mind if I show you scale material? I'm going to grab my glasses and y'all let me know if he comments. I'm not going to show it unless he says it's okay.
Whoa.
So trippy, man. Stevie, I'm so fucked up today. I'm not going to go off about like knife making or anything, but dude, I fucked Scotch and Things' knife up today.
Oh no, really?
I was like fucking done. I was about to mail it to him tomorrow.
Yeah, he just said the other night that he's like, I talked to Donnie. Donnie said he was going to carry it for a few days to make sure everything was good and then send it off to me.
Nah, I fucked it up.
Ah.
I was adjusting the descent and because like the thumb stud was like fucking break your hand.
Paul said sure.
So Paul selected this Jungle Wear Fat Carbon.
Oh, okay.
Just to let you guys know, this one piece, which is plenty to do his joke wolf. If it was a full-size knife, you'd need 2 of these. This was $62 by itself.
Yeah, man, that shit ain't cheap.
One scale. So Paul's is running close to $300 is what I was getting at. However, you don't have to spend $60 on scale material either. You know, he wants it as bougie as possible. So he yeah, ABW would do the joke wolf for $150. I bet you may be right, Dang Ross. You may be right. He's actually, I don't know if he ever released it. He sent me the pictures or the CAD of his Model 1 fixed blade. So, but I never saw it. So I don't know what happened with that.
I think he's had them on the site.
Does he? Okay. Yeah. So something to rejoice about. In case y'all don't know what this is,
that's a V1.
Brief background on this knife. I had mentioned in chats that I wanted a Deca, and Jason Brown got a Smoky Mountain Knife Works gift card for his birthday and consulted his wife to make sure it was okay, and he spent his birthday gift card buying me this Deca. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I have the text message from Jason with him telling me he was going to do that.
Really? Well, about 6 months ago, maybe longer, I got to looking for it and couldn't find it. And guys, I was heartbroken. I was so upset. The only person who knew it was missing was Kyle. I didn't even want to admit that I'd lost it. I was ashamed. And then I found out that I did not lose it. My wife had borrowed it and left it where she used it. So my daughter found it, and I was ecstatic. I've got my Jason Brown Deca back, so that's awesome.
If anyone listening doesn't know who the hip-hop artist Deca is, you should check him out because his vocabulary is off the charts, and it's clean. So anyone can listen to it.
Did you hear Young Thug?
He doesn't use
out of prison.
What's up?
Did you hear that Young Thug is out of jail?
Why would I care?
I was just wondering if I thought it was interesting. They're talking about charging like the DA, and apparently it was all fabricated. And
don't know anything about that shit.
Okay.
Hey,
another thing I wanted to share, guys. I bought some. I had a lady order a knife, and she wanted camo scales. And I found some. I'm sure they're from. Well, I don't know if they're from China or not. I got them probably made in China though. But the only camo scales I could find, I ordered them, and I want to show you guys what I got.
Oh, that's
like.
But here's the thing: it said camo micarta. Watch when I flip this over.
Whoa, where'd it go?
That's JG10.
Yeah, it's only in half. It's only in half of it. What's the fuck?
Yeah, this is garbage. So I'm probably just gonna dye this and maybe use it for something so I don't lose Kyle had a good point. I should just send it back, but I'm telling you, to my surprise, I think the fixed blade market may be twice the size of the folder. I think it's headed that way. How long it lasts, I don't know.
Scroll back on my Insta, people.
Is Satu here?
Satu is here.
What's up, Dave?
What's
Man,
going
I feel honored.
That's
Dave.
Dave here. What up?
Dave's in the live stream. I've got another podcast coming up with a channel called Wired Tight. He was in.
Hold on. We need subtitles. That was Wired Tight.
Yes,
Not Wide Tight.
Well, it's not.
But I find his channel very interesting. He was in OCD for EDC tonight, hanging out some. But it is he's a more right wing leaning, conservative, gun culture kind of guy. So if you're interested in that, go check out Wired Tight. If you're not, then just don't go. There's no point in,
You're going to be on there?
Yeah, I'm going to be on there. I don't know if it's a live stream or if we're just recording it, but it's not until December 2nd. So, yeah, apparently he's got like a real channel where he has to schedule shit and people don't just show up.
Is he someone that you've met through the homesteading?
Yes.
Circuit, or okay.
Through the SOE crowd. Yeah. I've had a couple of guys in the chat in here that I've met through there.
Satu, thanks for joining.
Both Kyle, you did it again, you son of a bitch.
Satu, I'm gonna be hitting you up. I need to talk to you about a wheel again because I got the money now.
Stop calling him that. You know it messes with me. Just settle down. Yeah. Well, Dave, I'm probably a good thing you weren't here earlier because we were all singing your praises, and I know how much you disliked that. So
I wasn't. I was talking shit. You need to charge more.
Yeah. Good to see Lancelot Leather in here.
What's up, Joe?
Guys, I really, y'all are going to get sick of hearing this. I really don't like doing Kydex work.
Because it sucks.
And I'm not very good at it.
I hate it too.
If you want a sheath, I highly recommend you save the money.
Scotch, what up, dude?
And spend that on getting a quality sheath from either Joe, or if Joe's behind you, there's always Terry at 1931 Leatherworks. Either one of those guys are going to make you a much better sheath than what I'm charging you. I have to charge something. I'm typically it's about $30, but it's not worth it. I hate selling them because it's not worth it. I get so excited when I'll be talking to somebody about a knife and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't need a sheath." Like, yes.
Right on, Scotch. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Joe, it is not better than cardboard. I don't know where you got that impression. I was so proud of myself, Stevie, when I wrapped that knife up, put better than leather on it. And Joe, of course, to ruin it, just acted like it was no big deal.
Yeah.
He knew exactly how to shut that shit down. I'll just ignore it, and if it comes up, whatever. Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody else in the community is much like that. Stevie ruined my whole Carl joke, man. I was having so much fun with that, and then within an hour, I was like, "Is Stevie really mad at me?" Ruined my whole day. We're gonna have Lancelot Leather do this. Save some money first. I got you.
A custom sheath.
It was
Scotch, I think I sent yours in a folded piece of cardboard with tape wrapped around it, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I seen the video.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice sheath. Yeah. We should have sent that straight off to a sheath maker. But you had waited a while, and I appreciate it because just so y'all know, Scott didn't necessarily wait. He didn't wait as long as Stevie did, but he waited because he was kind enough to let me take it to a show and show it off. And,
that thing turned out badass, dude.
Yeah. I will say this, though. It is, and I'm not trying to get you scared, but, both of those knives were ground months ago. So seeing the grind on those versus the ones I'm doing today, I wish I'd waited.
It is.
I think we're going to get better.
I knew I was getting in on the ground floor, dude.
Right. Yeah.
I knew I was getting in on the ground floor.
But, just like this time I'm talking about, it's not sellable, but this is a 63 HRC. It's a perfectly functional knife. And to somebody that doesn't care that grind line swoops down, it's not going to matter, but I'm not going to sell it like that.
Damn, Donnie, look what Maddie's saying.
Looks like a very, very bitch sandwich on screen.
Maddie, you eat hot dogs for the shape.
Damn, dude.
He doesn't deny it, Donnie.
That's kind of weak, Maddie.
Yeah. That is weak.
Man, Maddie's growing a pair all of a sudden.
With pickle flavored mayonnaise.
Oh, Javon.
Wow.
Kyle, I've heard Shane is a master packer. You guys seen some? It was funny because Kyle congratulated me. He's like, "Hey man, I got your package. You did a really good job of packing this one." I was like, "Yeah, the girl at FedEx did it." I've legit sent people knives. No, they were my knives, but I've sent people my knives in a flat rate box, just laying in the box. No padding, no tape. It's just bouncing around in the box. You remember when Hawaii Knife and Gear was raising hell about my knife? It was like the fucking box rattled.
That is poor form.
Yeah. It's poor form. You're right. Hey, this last one I sent off, though, she had a bunch of like that thick rubber styrofoam. She was like cutting it into pieces, and yeah, she packed it nice.
Yes, Kyle, if need be.
Yeah.
Stevie, you don't got to do it now or anything, but I sent you some videos on Instagram of the shit I'm working on right now.
Oh, okay.
Maddie, I'm confused as to how you were man enough to air said live stream. You were there to be a part of it, and then bitched out and took it down afterwards. What's up with that? Because I didn't get to enjoy it. I didn't get to see it.
Me neither.
So why'd we bitch out and take it down? That's what I'm wondering.
You'd have to have watched it to understand.
I heard bits and pieces.
That sounds pretty lame.
Yeah.
He has a reputation to uphold.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. I'm just picking at him. I knew exactly why he took it down.
I don't, motherfuckers. I don't even know what happened. I was asleep.
There was just some things said that could cause problems in Maddie's professional life, and they were said in fun, but I get it.
That's not even fun, man. I don't care.
Some things you don't need out there. All of us could probably learn a little lesson from that, especially if you're somebody who is trying to start a business and sell things.
Hey, man.
You want your customer.
I be keeping my mouth shut when I'm on these things.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Donnie. Yeah, you don't want to alienate whole sections of people.
I turn into my brother and I just ride the line when I'm online.
A whole new low was met on Friday. That's hard to believe, dude. The Josh Branson sock story, I didn't think we would ever get any lower than that. I thought that was the pinnacle of how off the rails a live stream could go.
I mean, it was fucking retarded, but
yeah. Damn, I missed it. I did too, Arshier.
Yeah, me too, bud.
We're never gonna know.
It sounds like it wasn't all that cool anyway, so
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play this real quick.
Uh-oh.
What are we playing? Oh, this is one of my boxes. Listen.
Oh, we already heard. What the fuck?
Oh, whoops, crap! I hit the wrong button.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
You better hide that pellet gun that's in the corner there.
The sock story was.
It is actually a pellet gun. What the fuck?
Why did you record that, Kyle?
It sounds like
why you would do me that way. Why would you even record that and send it to people?
Are you really asking Kyle why he did that?
Yeah.
He's just a fucking asshole.
Thanks, Joe. My glasses do make me look smarter. Kinda.
DNA, right? It's like metal Legos is what it sounded like. I don't know.
Loose socket set. Because you fucking sent that shit to me like that.
You ain't wrong. That is pretty fucked up.
Yeah. It's metal.
Yeah, but like, come on now.
Well,
Here's some stuff that Donnie sent.
I have gotten better.
What is this?
Well, if it works out, it's gonna be a fucking handmade lock bar insert out of CPM 154.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, right on.
That's a lot of work, dude.
You have no idea. But I basically fucked that frame up otherwise. I fucked the descent hole up, so if I don't make this work, I have to make a new frame.
That's on a Ripley?
Yeah. I'm showing it on the outside of the lock bar, but it would go on the inside, you know.
Right.
Dang, dude.
But I realized that it's basically like exactly like making that piece on Steve Clare's knife, the bolster piece, except on the backside and reliefed.
Jeffrey Dawson, just so you know, your knife did not get shipped that way. So I'm sure people waiting on knives now are like, holy shit, what am I in for?
Scott, and the moon's not real. It's made of cheese.
Is it?
That's what I heard.
Why hasn't it turned green yet?
Steve,
What?
does your beard oil tame hair? No. Okay.
I got something really rare to show y'all. Hang on.
Mine just curls to the left now, and I hate it.
Use a hair dryer and a little comb to start.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, it's called hygiene. You know, you just take care of your shit.
All right.
I say that. I haven't saved
Yeah.
a week.
I've never had a beard. I got a soul patch that's long. That's it.
I want to show y'all a true unicorn, something you're ever ready to ever run across. Take a second first to brag
What's your name?
on my 1931 Leatherworks slip that Terry was kind enough to. I didn't even order this. He just made it and sent it to me. So that really meant a lot. But what I have here that is so rare is a razor sharp GEC.
Yeah.
With an edge from Mr. Kyle Coonley. I have a 4x4. I'm not going to show it, but I've got a 4-inch by 4-inch bald spot on my stomach where I just laid this thing on there and lightly drug it across, and it shaved me clean. So, yeah, GECs can actually have an edge, guys. Kyle has proven it.
It's kind of weird.
Neck beard giving hygiene advice, I know. Well, I've quit caring about the opposite sex, Kyle, so why shave? Why even bother?
You only carry about
just stopped caring now, just like within the last 4 days or something.
No, within the last couple months.
Get the fuck out of here. You've just been busy. And they take up too much time.
I think Shane just said that he only cares about dudes now.
That's right. I mean, it's 2024. We can do whatever we want.
Yes, we can.
I know. Old school rules apply, man. After 21, it's not experimenting, bud.
I got you. I will admit, you guys know how much I love my my Manixes, but I can't carry this. I get that it serves a purpose, but these FRN textured grips are just super uncomfortable to me.
Yeah,
exactly.
I won't carry the knife because of it. So hopefully for Christmas, I'm going to buy myself a set of AWT scales. I've been too busy buying or acquiring pew and pew accessories. So that's next on my list. Why does Steve's camera keep turning off? Is he smoking?
I think he turns it off to do stuff, and then he comes back like play with a loading a video or doing something else.
I think he's smoking a doobie. He don't want to do it live. Are you shooting heroin off camera, Stevie?
I mean, that would be really one of the only excuses to turn the
David,
camera.
I have a Shaman, and I like it. I don't love it, but I don't care for the textured scales on it, or the contour scales. I like flat scales. I just don't like this whatever Just texturing. I don't care for it.
Yeah, Javon, you are an asshole, man. Fuck you, man.
The new Lynch clip.
Yeah, I'm hoping that will work with the AWT scales because I want to do that too.
It fits the 3-hole pattern for it. So.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Javon, are you going to be hate over debate in 2025? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. He said, "Fuck you."
He did. You know, who was it he got mad at that night and cussed? We all thought it was awesome because he lost his peace, love, and all that shit one night on me and somebody called us fucking stupid. Who was that, Kyle? That Javon blew up on. It may have been me and Kyle. I don't remember. But he called me and somebody.
DNA, I love it. Boofing.
Stovies don't do drugs. Because me and Scotch, yeah. That's right.
I've never boofed drugs.
He called us fucking stupid because we typically I would be a little bit offended by that, but just seeing Javon actually break character and be real for a moment was pretty awesome. Nothing greater than see a calm, cool, collected person lose their shit. I don't even remember what it was about, but I remember me and Scotch had him all fired up about something.
Matt, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nice, Scott.
I'm glad somebody. AWT just did the bodacious scales and they make it. Yeah, dude. I want a bodacious, but already owning a shaman. And let me tell you something, guys. Man, I've ruined my shaman. The only savior for it at this point.
I feel that, man.
Is I'm going to have to send it to Dave to have it reground and put it up because I made the mistake of taking it to the shop and I've used it to open steel.
That's right.
Steel comes wrapped in all that cellophane, so I've been dragging the edge down the steel and it's got epoxy on it. I've destroyed my shaman, so it's going to have a regrind and be retired from shop work. I'll tell you, the ultimate knife for opening steel, Donnie.
For opening what?
You get in packages of steel. This right here is it, dude. The Gerber Gator. That tip you don't have to put any pressure. It just glides down that cellophane, lays it open nice and easy like a stripper.
That's one of my my shop knives.
Yeah.
I don't really use any knife but my Ripley, so.
Shane doesn't believe in knife maintenance. It took me longer to clean up his knife than to sharpen them. Sorry, Kyle. They get a little dingy, I guess. Maybe I should start.
Man, I'm horrible at cleaning up my knives.
15V Yojimbo. Yeah, Yojimbo is a hell of a package. Any Warncliffe is really, but there's just something about that Gator blade, the way it's got that slight concave cut here. That tip is just nasty, man, because of that. My chopper, I don't know if I should talk about this. I don't think I've shared pictures of those, but I've got a couple of choppers in heat treat at the moment, and I kind of shaped the tip of them that way. It looks like a crescent moon cut out of the tip. I wanted it so there wouldn't be a fragile tip there, but what is theirs is nasty. What is that? Is that a TRM?
No, it's
a Fenrir.
Fenrir, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Arrow knives design.
That's cool.
Yeah, with the old time masky.
That's a great front flipper.
Dude, I fucking love this knife. It's fucking great.
Yep.
It's fucking smooth. It's nice.
I can't do it. My thumb don't work that way.
This tip's fucking nasty on it.
I can't front flip anything.
It's not even necessarily like my style of blade, but I do like the knife a lot.
I like it because it's kind of dagger-esque, but it still has a decent grind. Most daggers have a shitty grind on them.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, boys.
Jeffrey, I'd like to have a phone conversation with you sometime about your 15V, though. I was really curious about it.
$4 knife from like way back in the day.
There you go. Well, that's almost Dolica level there.
Yeah.
Not quite though.
Just some cheap ass plastic fucking.
Has it got a plastic clip too?
No, there's no clip at all.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no clip at all. What is it? It says stainless on it. That's all it says. There's no like brand name or nothing. Yeah, this was like, I don't know. I don't know where I got it. It's got to be like a $1 or $2 knife.
yeah.
But you know what? This motherfucker cuts grass out of the cracks in my sidewalk real good.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good get, Yoda. I don't know why I've always been kind of infatuated by that knife, but I think it's described correctly when people say it's like a Spyderco built Medford. You know, Spyderco's not big on making big, heavy, hard use shit, but that's one of the few they do make.
Spyderco just released that there are a couple of new releases, and they put out that slip joint.
What's it called? The NAND?
Yeah, something like that.
I like it.
I do too, man.
This is my thing, though. The only thing I'm confused about, Stevie, why didn't they go with the? It's a slip joint. It's 3.2-inch blade,
right?
But I think they would have done so much better if they'd went with like the
Euro legal size.
Well, no, the 0.9 blade stock.
Oh, yeah.
I know why they went thicker, so they don't have to listen to people bitch about them breaking. But that knife, because it can't be hard use,
right?
There's no lock, would have done really well with a thinner blade.
Yeah, if that was a folding knife, I was going to say that it looks like it's got a weak point in the way it tweakers down. Like that seems like that could be.
Yeah, definitely not hard use.
No,
I'm just saying if you're going to make it a slip joint anyway, go all out, man. Make it super thin. Just make it a really good slicer. But I didn't know he was a buckwheat I've never had a buckwheat pancake. Are they decent?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Decent.
Do they taste a little grainy though?
Nah.
I mean,
buckwheat.
Do they have a different flavor? Yeah, but the consistency is not much different, I don't think.
I've got an $18 bottle of syrup in the kitchen that.
Ooh, now you're talking my language.
I've threatened everybody not to touch it. It's not from Canada though; it's from Wisconsin. But I'm telling you, man, I forgot what syrup tastes like.
I will drink it. I bet it's delicious.
All I've had is
maple is like one of my favorite flavors.
Some log cabin.
Yeah, that's all I've had. I didn't know what syrup tasted like until
corn syrup with brown food coloring.
Right. Yeah, that's all it is.
Well, no, not that. I like real syrup.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, when I saw it was $17 a bottle, I was like, I don't know. And then he gave me, he put enough in one of those little paper cups. You have to stick your tongue in it to touch it. And as soon as my tongue touched it, I was like, take my money. And it can't, he gave, with every bottle, he also gave 2 little pieces of maple syrup rock candy. Oh, man.
Nice.
God, it was so good. I could feel my A1C climbing as I ate it, but still. I would hide my syrup in my room. Exactly. Yeah. There's another bottle of syrup sitting beside it. I'm like, y'all have at that. Do not touch this. And I tightened it so that I know they can't open it anyway. Grade A dark. This is the one I got was, he had 2 options, light and dark, and I got the dark, but it's not bitter at all. But man, it's
Is Mimo still here? Mimo, what was that syrup you sent me that one time? Man, that stuff was good. I got some straight up Canadian maple syrup from Mimo one time. That was.
Oh really?
Yeah.
But Mimo wasn't.
My family bought me this like 3-pack. It was like a light, amber, and a dark, all from the same company from Canada. Dude, it was so fucking good.
Yeah, I like the dark better. It's just richer, has more flavor to me.
Oh yeah, they got older places for me.
Things that I used to enjoy, especially sweets,
crispy. What else?
Now when I eat them, all I can taste is sugar. Like if I eat a Hershey bar, I can't taste the chocolate at all. It's just like waxy sugar. Everything just tastes like sugar.
Oh, there we go.
Exactly. So that's why I was. Where y'all got?
Fucking Stevie. Oh, I got nobody else on here. I got a little Hawk's Nest on there.
I got a little Steve Flory custom knives cut. Did you see what I did to Molly, Stevie? I posted a picture of me holding this cup, and I said, "Don't be jealous." And she replied with, "I'd only be jealous if I had your face on it." So I called Steve's wife back. I was like, "Hey, can you make me another cup with my face holding this cup?" So Molly's has a picture of me holding a cup with pictures of Steve on it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Four thanks.
There really are good cups, though, dude. I mean, I'm not just shilling for Charlie Kalari, but I don't put any ice in it. I keep water in the refrigerator. I can fill it, and hours later, it's still cold, and I don't run the lid anymore. The reason I don't run the lid is because when I take my kratom, I've learned you do not do that with a straw. Because when you create that suction to use a straw,
you don't put a lid on that?
No, and it still stays cold. But if you use a straw when you're taking kratom, you suck that kratom to the back of your throat and it sticks, and it's a horrible experience. So you have to wash it down. You can't
5 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But I've got the lid. It comes with a straw and everything. It's got the little fold-up straw. But I think she sells these with. She'll put the image on it for you. Shipping and all is $22.
Wow.
I don't think it's bad at all. Yeah, that water's been there at least 3 hours and it's still cold without a lid. So yeah, anybody interested? Hit me up. I'll tell you where to go get you one of these. She could use the business, and the resolution is actually really good, man. The printing.
Well,
are you dying, Stevie?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hop off here. I actually got to go.
That's Stevie's go-to. He's fixing to leave.
Yeah.
Today, Stevie?
No, we lost in overtime.
I haven't watched all my NFL stuff. I usually do that after I get off this live.
Yeah.
Cup full of metal dust. Yeah. Why don't take it to the shop, Joe?
No, I gotta go pick up the kiddo from work today.
Is she working now?
Oh yeah, she's about a month in, slinging pies at Papa John's.
There you go. I figured her for barista in training at Starbucks.
Nah, not Starbucks. I want her to get a job at the coffee stand right down the street. Man, those broads make bank.
Really?
They make bank.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm I got to pick her up in about a half hour or so, and I got a couple quick things to go do. So,
all right, man.
Super awesome of you though for that giveaway for PNW FUNWORKS. Congratulations to Illuminati who's gifting it back to.
Dude, I would have been more than proud to send it to Illuminati, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm even more excited.
Yeah, no, that's
I get to send it to Josh. That's awesome.
That's super awesome. So,
is that my knife? Empty yours,
alrighty, fellers. Donnie, good seeing you. Shane, I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, we'll see you, Stevie. Thanks, buddy.
End stream or
no? Don't end stream.
Later.
See you. Empty. Your knife is currently at the heat treaters, so yeah, depending on how long they take, you can't ever. I've learned you don't tell people how long you think it's going to take when you're sending it to somebody else. It could be a week, it could be a month. It just depends on their schedule. So as soon as I get it back from heat treat, though, I had to check on old Empty. I hadn't seen him around in our other usual chats we show up in lately. Brian F. Just about I think the only people's knives who haven't been shipped to heat treat yet are Paul's and Snot Rags, and that will happen this week. But I'm out of grafting paper. I'm going to get some. I want to do a final perfect rendition because they're spending so much money on high-end materials. I want to make sure we are 100% in agreement on everything. You know what I mean? I want to have it drawn out exactly like it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'd started out doing it on a piece of Nitro V I had with a Sharpie, and I was like, the lines aren't really all that clear. I want to make it as professional looking as possible so that he can say, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do that a lot for people when I'm doing something, especially when I'm doing something for the first time.
Well, I had a little incident with Paul. I haven't shared publicly. I think me and you and I talked about it, but he was, he bought one of my knives early on, because he wanted a good heat treat and he wanted something thin and slicey. And when I was done with it, it wasn't what he wanted. I kind of made some design, not necessarily design, but anyway, it just doesn't come out as thin behind the edge. It was a perfectly good knife. I've sold it since. Great knife. It just wasn't what Paul wanted.
Yeah.
So I made him another one. And then I also realized that, that's when I learned the lesson that, man, if you're using 1/8 stock and it's 1.5 inches tall, it can only be so thin. You know what I mean? Once you grind it to 0,
that's all you got.
As thin as it can be.
That's all you got.
Yeah, that's why with this Joe Wolf we went with even thinner K390. There's not going to be a whole lot to grind off that, dude. You could almost sharpen it the way it is.
Right.
Thin stuff.
Yeah, it's like a 4 or it's a 4, I think, homie. D metal. Yeah, it's a 4 gauge, and I stretched it proper, man. I started at 14 and went up every single size, man.
I had my ear pierced a long time ago, but the only other piercing I've ever wanted and didn't get, I was a huge Aaron Lewis fan, and I wanted that eyebrow ring he had.
Mm-hmm.
And I
often hate eyebrow piercings.
I get it, but
on anyone, I hate them on anyone. I just don't like them. And I was a fucking piercer.
Yeah, but
and this one, like bitches right here.
Yeah, I don't like any jewelry in a girl's face.
Dumb as shit.
It's just distracting. If they got that little diamond on their nose, every time I see them on my peripheral vision, I'm like, is that a booger? Or what's on her nose? It's just, I'm not saying.
Well, I don't like body jewelry on women at all.
I don't really like tattoos on women either. To be honest.
Me neither.
I can.
I let it slide, but you know why? Because I'm such a fucking snob.
You pick at it.
No, not even the quality of the tattoo, just whatever the tattoo is. I'm like, well, you're fucking retarded, so now I don't want to fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Adventure Man? There's old Patina. That's the first time I've seen Patina in here tonight.
What's up, Adventure Man? Do we know him? Sorry, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with two. This is like
I think I've heard his name.
We're like Beavis and Butthead. This is fucking not the show if you like clean, intelligent happenings.
No, there's not much of that here. I pushed mine from a 6 to a 2 one night.
Kyle, it's fucking just rough.
Are you talking about his sphincter ring?
I don't know, but what body part?
I don't know. I don't think I want to know. I've seen Kyle on camera. I don't believe Kyle has a piercing.
My old homeboy Bill, before he died, man, he's a gnarly bastard. He was like a Hell's Angel and shit, Yeah. He used to tell me a story one night about stretching out his fucking dick piercing. Dude, so funny. So fucking funny, dude.
I'm out. I ain't no way I could have that done. But Paul Mills, I agree with you.
Well, he was doing it himself. He was talking about how he would like brace himself on the counter, and he was like trying to pull the taper through.
No, sir.
Oh man, it was funny as fuck.
I can handle a belly button piercing, Paul, but I don't like pierced nipples.
Yeah, nuts.
And every girl I've ever known that had genitalia pierced.
I would not touch anyone that has their genitalia pierced.
They're so sensitive that like it almost ruins it.
No, my problem is, how your earring like collects stuff.
Yeah.
And it stinks.
Yeah.
Well, that's all your piercings.
Right.
Yeah, and most people aren't taking the piercings out, cleaning that shit out.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. That's gross. And
yeah, walk up to some emo kid and pop out his earplug and smell it. You will throw up, dude.
Yeah.
They'll get to where you can smell them when you get close to them. I've had them come in the tattoo shop. Well,
Oh yeah, it's fucking gross as fuck, man.
You're gonna have to go home and sanitize those earplugs before you come back for a tattoo. I ain't doing it.
God damn it, cats. Sorry.
The whole Prince Albert idea, Todd, is dumb. Is it the Queen? Is it the Queen Elizabeth that's on top? Isn't that what it's called? The Queen or the Queen Anne? What do they call it?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Prince Albert, the ring's on bottom, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Except for doggy style, I guess. But yeah.
None of that shit makes any sense to me, so.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I've been there in the shop when it was being done, but I wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but me too, but no. I didn't do that shit, and I'm not into that shit. Fuck that. Yeah, Demon, I know that's how you do it, but most motherfuckers don't clean that shit. Bitches are gross, dude.
Yeah, you want proof of that?
And just piercings in your body just makes your shit taste like a keychain. And ain't nobody want that in their mouth.
No. I don't like it when it hits my teeth.
No, it's fucking gross and annoying. Like, it just makes me not want to touch you.
Yeah. I don't care for it. Yeah. I like the piercing that looks like metal boogers dripping out. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care how pretty she is, dude, with a face. And it's not that they're all unattractive to me. Some girls pull it off and it is attractive, but it's still distracting.
It's still distracting. It still tastes like keys.
Yeah, it just takes away from their beauty. I don't care for it. You'd think GameStop would have ear cleaning stations. Good point, 5 Door. That's exactly what they need.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have a bunch of little Chinese chicks in the mall that take your plugs out and clean the hole for you and put them back. Well,
exactly.
That would not make any money if those people don't take care of their piercings.
Nipple piercings are the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, they get on my nerves. This conversation is disgusting. You're right, Joe. But we've witnessed a lot of disgusting stuff. So.
Yeah, dude. That's why I don't tattoo anymore. It's not because I was like, I was kind of over tattooing like certain things, but I was over touching people, man. I was over touching strangers. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I did it for 20 years, man. I was done.
They used to kill me. I used to have people call, want to make an appointment. And they're like, well, Thursday works. And I call, well, I get off at 5. Can I get an appointment for 5:30? And I'm like, no. Because that means you're coming straight from work. And I know you work at a chicken plant. You're coming straight from work to here? I'll make you an appointment for 7. You go home and
clean that ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Demon, I had mine pierced when I was younger, when I was 17. But I did it because, well, nobody else would. And I was over that shit pretty quick.
Yeah, we got a girl that worked for us that pierced. She makes so much money, dude. She was 17 years old, and she was probably the prettiest girl in Etowah County. She made so much money piercing. But all those girls would come in wanting their belly buttons and
dude, I fucking
the tattoo artist.
Dude, I was training this girl. I flew out to fucking Maryland last year. For like 6 weeks. And I was training this girl. She was a friend of my homegirl, and she was young. She was like 18. Tiny, Hot Topic looking, fucking movie-esque looking girl.
Yeah.
And she was good at. She was learning like fast. Like she was good at it. And she just slumped it off to go live with her boyfriend in fucking Illinois. And I was like, you could be making like over $100K a year. You realize this? Like, in the next 6 months, that girl could have been making $100K.
Oh, I know.
And she
I've got buddies.
She just didn't take it seriously enough and like slumped it off and go move to fucking Illinois with her boyfriend and like.
I had buddies that came to work at the shop, dude, that like legit within 60 days were years ahead of me talent-wise. It just made me sick to my stomach how good they were. They were just natural. And then they sucked at life so bad.
Right.
You know, they couldn't show up at least, 3-4 days a week.
Demon Hawk for sure. We have told people to leave and get clean.
There was a kid here in town, man, that was just right out of the box.
Scott, and if you're buying, me and fucking Edgy will tag team fucking old Maddie.
Yeah.
We'll get it done.
Hours.
We'll get it done.
I'm just gonna do a bunch of praying hands, one on top of the other.
No, he says duckies and bunnies. So we do old school duckies and bunnies. We got that.
Yeah, can they be evil ducks though? I only like evil ducks. I don't like cute ducks.
Well, I'm gonna do some like Daffy Duck. I'm gonna do some Donald Duck.
There you go. Some Uncle Scrooge.
Yeah.
That's on a pile of gold.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm talking. That looked awesome on Maddie's belly, wasn't it? Big pile of gold coins and Uncle Scrooge sitting on
like swimming in it and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And who is his little nephews?
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. We do a whole stomach face.
Fuck it. Then we can do some Darkwing Duck.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think
about some Howard the Duck. Holy shit, we can keep the ducks going all night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Demon Dog, you're down too. Fuck yeah, triple time. Maddie, you're gonna get a bodysuit in like 4 hours.
A full bottle of Percocets.
Wait, are those for us? We're gonna need those.
Did you turn that around? I
did.
Okay.
I know. I saw it on camera and I was like, oh fuck, because I was flipping it around in my hand.
Yeah, dude, I ruined a date because of that one. First date with this chick. First time, whatever. I was actually in her car. She had a nice jacked up Jeep Wrangler. We were going somewhere.
Of course.
We both smoked, and I took a cigarette out of the pack, put it in my mouth. It's dark inside the Jeep, and lit it. As soon as I lit it, I realized I lit it backwards. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Did you smell that?" Dude, she slammed the brakes on and told me to get the fuck out of her car. And I was like, What? She's like, you just farted in my car, didn't you? I was like, no. I said, I asked you if I lit my cigarette backwards. I asked if you smelled it. Of course, we laughed our asses off after that. But she was going to throw me out of her car.
What the fuck?
For farting in it on our first date.
You should have gotten out just for it. She was like, fuck you. You should have ripped ass and then, you should have dusted her and then fucking got out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing hot dogs on it.
The cigar I'm in. Nice.
Yeah. What other famous ducks are there? I think you about named them all.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of went through the whole gamut. Are you going to bed? Go to bed. Peace out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's actually kind of odd.
Barefoot. I don't know, man. Depends on. I mean, we like trade, so if he can satisfy each one of our needs on trade, then we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a lot of weed. That's a lot of weed.
That's a good question. How would you figure the bill for Maddie's leather codpiece?
I mean, you don't want to make it. Which, Joe, you should have already made that bitch by now, just out of spite. Absolutely. But never given it to him.
Yeah.
It's been like, I got your cut.
Just show it. Yeah, just show it every now and then.
Or pass it around for other people to do that too, but never let Maddie get it.
Look at this, dude. All these people, the Affleck
or just make him a mini one. Just make him a mini codpiece that goes on his keychain.
Yeah. The Mighty Ducks. We were way off, dude. These guys.
Oh, the Mighty Ducks. Yeah, Disco Duck. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't even think about those.
All right.
Daisy Duck.
All right. I lump her in with Donald Dog. Give it to you.
How many cows would it take to make a leather Maddie codface?
Joe, nice. All right, yeah. If any of the random bullshit I just said is an excellent idea, I love it because fuck Maddie.
Yeah. That dude sucks.
Oh, it's so harsh.
Oh, shit. Mind of Milton. Sal from Duck Dynasty.
What?
That works. We can throw that in there.
Yeah, it's got duck in it. We'll get
the whole crew with duck calls in their mouths. Just do all of them.
I'm gonna have to do they're gonna have to look like characters on cartoon Star Trek. I don't do realism like that.
Yeah.
I don't do portraits.
I didn't either. I wasn't good enough.
No, I felt like I actually probably could have learned, but I didn't care enough to.
Did you ever do when you were doing a tattoo and you thought, man, I'm just gonna add a little bit of random shading right here. Doesn't really mean anything, but I'm gonna add it just to make it look a little better. And that shading is perfect. But then when you're doing a portrait and you're like, well, I have to get this shading just right for this job, you're gonna fuck that shading up. It's gonna be solid black. that's why I didn't do portraits. I think it was just I didn't do well with pressure.
I didn't mind the pressure. I just like, I don't know. Yeah, like fucking somebody's face up just was weird to me. Like I wasn't about to do that. If you fuck up like it's supposed to be a real snake and it's a little different, well, guess what? There's a snake out there that looks like that.
Right.
Because they're fucked up. But if you fuck up a specific person's face, then you fucked up.
I did a side profile of the face on my wife's hip, and I didn't plan it that way, dude, but it looks just like Angelina Jolie.
Nice.
It wasn't even supposed to be like the art wasn't a realistic face. It wasn't like, human-like. It was just a line drawing, but I had a little shading here and there. When I got done, I was like, holy shit, that's Angelina Jolie.
Nice.
I guess she was in my mind at the time. Yeah. So, what were you saying? I was grabbing a knife earlier, and I heard you say you messed up scotching things this knife. What do you mean you messed it up?
No, I fucked it up.
You got to completely redo it, or is it something you can fix?
About to find out. Basically, I was about to send it out, but the flipper was amazing for a fucking almost 1/4 inch blade. It rocketed the fuck out. But then the thumb stud action was like, basically you just couldn't open it. And that's not really acceptable. So took the D10 ball out.
The detent's a little off.
Yeah, so I took the D10 ball out, reset it, reshaved it. It was a little better, but it's still fucked. Did it again, and then, well, just completely fucked up the hole.
So now there's no detent.
Yeah, now that you can't even put one in there now. So now I'll send you a video here in a minute, but now I am basically trying to hand make and file a lock bar insert out of CPM 154.
Okay, that's what the insert you had was for.
Yeah,
I got you. I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that.
We'll see how that turns out.
Knife making is hard enough without having to deal with, lock bar pressure and detent and the, what size ball, what size hole, how deep should the ball recess into the hole.
Oh, dude, it's a fucking pain in the dick.
Yeah.
I mean, I have fun doing it in a way, but it's still a pain in the ass and stressful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad that's not part of what I have to deal with. Ugh. I got to change this channel. The TV's on the other side of my computer, and there's it's gone to fail army videos. And I keep looking up, and it keeps catching my attention. So I have to change it.
Kyle, no, I didn't, because the second I fucked it up, I was like, well, how do I fix this? Well, make a fucking lock bar insert. So I just started doing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Satu seems to be really good. However, here's my thing, though. When Satu says he got a detent dialed in, does that mean it takes 157 pounds of pressure with your finger to deploy it?
Yeah,
Satu likes everything heavy.
It's such a subjective thing that it's hard to discuss that.
Yes, I like a medium, maybe even leaning a little towards softer detent because my fingers don't work great.
Yeah, where you can purposely fail it, but if you use it with any intent, it's fine.
That's how I like them.
That's actually how I like them. But most people like a little bit more.
I had a Microtech DOC. Dude, it was painful every time I opened. I had to push so hard that it was
I don't
losing the bone in the end of my finger. And everybody's like, man, the detent on this is awesome. I'm like,
And you're like, no, it's not. It's fucking terrible. Actually, dude, the first year.
This is detent to me, dude. I haven't experienced a Mannix yet that wasn't perfect. And this is what really kills me, dude. I can take this $104 Mannix and spend $30 for. I know everybody says I shouldn't have to do that, but $30 and replace these insides. And you're a liar if you tell me that there's any knife out there, whether it Riot, anybody. There's not a production knife in the world that has any better action than that. This one is okay, but with that upgrade kit, it's perfection. So for $134, you've got the most perfect action made, and everybody's like, "Oh, you need to experience a Riot. You need fuck Riot." I have experienced a Riot. I've owned all that shit, and I've decided against it.
But again, action I feel is like super subjective, you know, like
Absolutely, it is.
because I don't give a shit about like I try to make my knives drop shut for washer knives, but like I don't care about drop shut shit.
I remember when
I don't care about fidgety
what's
stuff.
that really popular company out of California?
I build them to be
Lindy and Richie are friends with. Carl, you know what I'm talking about. It's the ones Lindy and Richie are friends with, and Monterey Bay. That Monterey Bay I had, everybody talked about the only thing wrong with that was the detent that was too soft. That knife was perfect to me. Yeah, I could fell it if I tried, but why try? Where do you buy the titanium ball cage? I've never seen a titanium cage for sale anywhere. No, OCD for EDC's got them. He just gets them from Flytanium.
Todd Carr, what do you mean tap out an area, insert a small piece, then redo the detent ball? What do you mean? Are you talking about plugging the hole?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know how to fucking do that. I mean, maybe if I could weld titanium, but I can't weld titanium.
But I'll tell you though, Paul, I quit buying the whole kit because I don't think the cage is necessarily the answer. I can't tell any difference in the smoothness. Now, there may be a difference in a lightweight. It may be smoother if you did that to a lightweight, but on a standard Mannix, I think all you need is the spring. Just that. I think that spring's like a round and a half shorter than the factory one, and it makes it perfect. But yeah, I've not had any need to replace the whole cage. I get some people like knowing that it's titanium instead of plastic or whatever. That's fine. Well, we need to go to +1 size bearings washers over the longer term with any folder. I don't know. Have any of you guys ever just wore out a folder, like legit wore the metal parts out of spec until there was slop in it? Because I mean, I know guys that play with their knives all the time, and I've heard some of them talk about they'll start to get a little bit of detent lash or whatever. But
dude, I got knives from when I was a fucking child that are fine.
Here's another thing too, dude. Did detent lash exist before we named it?
No.
Was anybody buying a brand new knife and going, man, that moves just a hair? No. Nobody cared until some reviewers like, well, there's some detent lash there, and then everybody started checking their knives and branding stuff as garbage because it has detent lash. Dude, y'all did not care 5 years ago. It didn't even exist.
No, I mean, thank y'all because of all that. That's the whole reason I purposely tried to build knives the way I do, because I wanted them to be as good as I could. So.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't see it changing.
No, I mean, personally for me, I like cold steels, man. Like, that's the opposite of like any good action. You have to manually open it. You have to manually close it. You know.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, that's how I grew up. That's all. I don't give a fuck.
I had a knife design. I put one out there that did not sell at all.
That's fun.
I only made one.
I don't need this.
Actually, I'll show it. I only made one of these, and it got 0 attention. So I've got an idea.
I didn't, but I about cut my fucking thumb.
Now, this knife that I named the Brat got 0. And I get it, man. It's kind of a boring design. I'm not doing away with the Brat, but I am redesigning it to make it just a tad. First, I want to get the handle.
Yeah, just update it, man. Yeah.
I want to get the handle to blade ratio a little better. And I hate to say this because I'm not.
I like the stubby blade though.
Yeah, I'm not copying it, but I am going to more model it after the cold steel Tough Light. I think that Tough Light shape, that whole half moon shape on the back in a fixed blade would be awesome. So the Brat's not going away, but it is going to get changed up quite a bit. But yeah, man. And what pisses me off is I did a really good job on this, dude. Like, I don't have any issues. I mean, you can see the Kydex is rubbing but once again, that's my Kydex, not my knife making. This is a really, really good knife. But yeah, I'm going to change the Brat up. And I think I'm going to stop with new designs for a while because I'm going to have the Brat, the Thug, the Heathen.
No, you're so edgy with your titles.
The Goon is 4, and I've got a 5th one that I'm not revealing yet. I've made one. Nobody's seen it, but it's the Bitch.
The Bitch.
Yeah. Not doesn't mean you're a bitch if you have one. The knife is just a bitch. So I'm gonna stop with those 5 in my more tactical self-defense line, and then I've got like 5 in my prepper, homesteading, survival type shit.
Edgy American Blade Works, the Bitch. Alienated women.
American Blade.
Befriending lesbians.
Didn't add the Blade Works because I'm already so close to Edgy Blade Works that it's. If he wasn't such a nice guy, he'd probably not like it. But I asked him, and he was, he was just fine with me using Edgy American Blades. And then I found out that he made a Goon already, and he was fine with, Goon. He was fine with me using that too. Paul, I'm not going to show the bitch until it's done. I kind of figured out one thing that's a mistake. Probably shouldn't be posting pictures of knife blanks at all, in all honesty. But the bitch is going to be a little while before it comes out. Yeah, Todd, I'm looking for that 3v2. And the bitch is going to be it's probably going to be an either Crewware or K390. It's going to be a little more expensive. But I don't even know if people will like it yet. I'm making one right now in Nitro V for myself. I'm going to see how it goes, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I was. I just hate that because it was such a good knife, and then it didn't get any attention.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about all the fixed blades I've ever made.
And really, all I'm going to be doing, dude, is more slanting off this tail, so it forms a dome. The back of the knife looks like a dome, and adding a finger troll here. So, and yeah, this is going to be a little more pointy, but yeah, this one's already been sharpened by Kyle. Man, and dude, I even put this thing out there for $100 and nobody bought it.
Damn. Yeah,
one of the cleaner knives I've made.
I got knives sitting around here I made 4 years ago that never sold.
Todd Carr, the price on a 3, like if you were going to buy the same knife from me in 3V as Nitro, is right at $100. And that's because the price of the steel is $80 more, and I'm going to spend about $20. I don't charge any more money for what I'm doing, regardless of what the steel is. It's just the cost of the steel and the cost of the consumables.
You're like the only other person other than me that is like that, I think.
I'll tell you guys right now, in the end, my goal when I finish a knife and I figure out everything I've got in it, I want to clear $40. It's not much money, dude. And let me tell you, there's times it don't happen. You know what I mean? There's times when I think, oh shit, I didn't even think about this that I spent. I didn't make anything.
Or you spent extra time. Doesn't even matter,
Right. I mean, I'm trying to make $40. That $40 is what you're paying for is me to shape it, me to handle all the logistics, me to grind the bevels. That's not counting the sheath, but just it's not a.
Yeah, man, no, I feel you. Right now, it takes me so long to make folders that, dude, I don't honestly I don't make more than $10 an hour when I'm building a folder.
Right. Yeah. There's a town in France named Bitch that has a really cool fortress. So Jeffrey Dawson, maybe I'll add the E to the end of it. It might keep me out of hot water with.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Is that Kyle's hometown? It's where Kyle's mom came from.
Damn!
She called me a bitch, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kyle's mom's all spicy like that?
Yeah, she's spicy as fuck.
Kyle, tell your mom I said what up.
Yeah, Muir, I wouldn't live in that shithole country. Nobody said you did, Kyle. Just
what country, France? That's because you couldn't handle the women there.
Yeah, I was on the phone with Kyle the other night, and you know how when you let your YouTube just drift off on its own?
Yeah.
You know, it just starts pulling up shit that you would never search for.
Fuck yeah.
But it was this video of, it was just a guy walking around with a camera outside the bar scene in Switzerland. And what I'm always amazed by is like how beautiful Switzerland, like even the streets, the gutters are beautiful.
However, Switzerland's crazy. Yeah.
However, I'll get to that in a minute, but the women standing outside those bars just hanging around. The first thing that shocked me was the percentage of beautiful women to men seemed high. And like I said, the cleanliness. But then I also recently watched a documentary about it.
Fuck you, bud.
Do you know what the fine for spitting on the sidewalk in Switzerland is?
No.
It's $150.
Damn, dude.
If you walk up and throw your trash in a public trash can, there are city officials watching you who will come up behind you, take that trash bag out. And if they feel like any of that trash came from your home, that's a $250 fine.
The fuck?
So like if you stop and buy a coffee, you're allowed to throw that coffee cup away. But let's say you throw your mail away with it, $250 fine. Because in Switzerland, when you buy you have to buy garbage bags. Listen to this, Donnie, from the government. The garbage bags are taxed.
Oh, I mean, technically, that just happened to us. We have to have our fucking trash cans now.
Right. So the garbage bags are taxed so that the more garbage you produce, the more you're paying to get rid of the garbage. But yeah, these guys will they'll follow you. They'll follow you into your home if they have to.
Yeah, see, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, you don't think about that. You think, well, what is the cost of all that beauty? The cost of it is that those people are under constant surveillance, and
we're fucking heading there.
Probably.
I gotta buy trash. I used to be able to fucking put as much trash as I wanted out on the curb, and they would take it. Now I only get this one fucking can, or I gotta pay for another one.
Right.
Fuck them.
Yeah. But it is a beautiful country, dude. Like, they can ticket you for your car being dirty. Like, it's crazy.
So, for sure. No, I know, but fuck that. I don't give a shit. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
The result is a very polite and a very beautiful country. And one reason why everybody's polite is because everybody owns firearms.
Well, yeah, but they can have it.
Yeah. Like every household has a FN FAL battle rifle per citizen in the closet.
Right.
That one's government issued. You can own more.
Right.
You have to go qualify with that. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, man.
Carmen says Kyle's mom is like yeah. Kyle, you would love France, grouchiest people in the world. I know what you're saying, Kyle, but what I mean there is that tax is specifically, that's probably one of the great things about Switzerland is that garbage bag tax goes specifically to pay for landfill development, whereas here, we don't know where our taxes are going.
We're so fucking it.
Jeffrey Dawson, I proved that about a month ago when I went to that Self-Reliance Festival. Literally everybody there was armed. I mean, you'd see these women in ankle-length skirts that did not match their shirt at all. Their socks were different colors. Nothing matched. No makeup, hair in a bun. And they would have like baling twine tied around their waist with a Glock stuck in it.
Sounds like my high school.
Everybody was armed and everybody was super nice. Like you didn't meet a rude person there. It was crazy. Swiss are Nazi bankers. Fuck them. You thought every country contributed to that shit. We bought the fuck out of them Volkswagen Beetles. All that went to the Nazi party. I mean, there's nothing wrong with holding people accountable, but man, if you dig deep enough, everybody's been guilty. Matter of fact, this country, we financially supported the Nazi party until it became
not to our benefit.
Right. Yeah. As soon as we realized it was going to cost us money, we got to go kill all of them.
All the other ill shit we do.
Yeah, we supported. We created Al Qaeda. We financially supported it. We trained them. We did all that.
That's real life.
Yeah.
Volkswagen for the people.
It's people's car. Volkswagen Beetles were post-war. I get that, but if you think that shit ended when the war ended, my opinion, I think you'd be wrong. We didn't even kill all them fuckers, dude. We let them all fly to Argentina and just pick right up where they left off. Have you watched any of that, dude? They were doing all that genetic testing on Argentina people, the Nazis that went to Argentina.
Yeah, man, that's fucked up. We should have just nuked those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, there was too much stuff.
I mean, that sounds fucked up, but at the time, I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Well, but we had to bring Javon's granddad here to teach us how to build rockets, though. We couldn't.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that sounds really fucked. I don't think anyone should be nuked. Like, nukes are fucked up. But at the time, like, fuck Japan. You should have nuked Germany.
Right. Yeah, there's some crazy shit going on back then, and there was no internet, so it was easy.
But what the fuck do I know? I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was super easy to hide back then.
I only know what I've been able to personally dig in research.
Yeah.
Mercy up all around, and that's all I got from it.
Mercy only works when it's coming from both directions. You know, unfortunately, you can't show cold-blooded.
Is that like Mandarin Chinese?
Cold-blooded killers mercy. Huh?
I asked if that was Mandarin. I don't know what that means. Mercy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how deep that hole. You know, how much mercy did they show the Jews? How much mercy did they show the French? I don't know, man. Yeah. Well, Paul Mills at the time, they wouldn't have returned the favor. They didn't have the capability at the time. But now everybody has it.
Paul Mills, that's the point, man. Kill us all.
Dude, look at this. Comment of the night. What is it with strippers using names like that?
That is tasty. That is tasty.
Faith and mercy and chastity and charity.
Oh, dude, I was like real close friends with a girl. Her name was Destiny.
Right. Yeah.
I almost dated her when we were in high school. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, the only Destiny I ever knew was a raging psychotic slut.
Well, no, Demonoc. You gotta have a fucking interview process, dummy. Shit.
Well,
you line them up. You got a 5-question thing, you know, and sometimes you gotta flip the coin. It's not our fault.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there were plenty of Germans who didn't agree with it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
The thing is, though, it's like how
just like there's plenty of us that went to war that didn't want to go to war. It's like blah blah blah, like whatever.
Yeah, don't mean you're not going to suffer the repercussions of what your country did, though. It's just, I guess that's just all part of, you know, deciding where you want to be.
This is why we need a fucking meteor to hit us.
If Diddy doesn't kick the oxygen habit soon, I will lose my over-under. Let me tell y'all something about this Diddy trial, y'all. If y'all think a bunch of people are going to be exposed, y'all are fucking crazy. They're never going to expose everybody that was involved in that. All those people are useful for whatever it is, whatever agenda they're trying to push.
Yeah, it's just like anybody else that goes down some big shit. It's going to be that one person and nothing else happening.
Yeah. We're going to forget about it because they're going to come up with something else.
Just like old Kitty Island boy.
Yeah. Because, you know, if you go to jail for murder, there has to be, you know, there has to be a victim. Well, with the whole Epstein thing is that when they put her in jail, I'm not talking about him, but her, they put her in jail for trafficking minors, but to who?
Right.
Who did she, how do you prove she did it if you can't tell us who she trafficked them to? We're never going to know that.
I'm sure there's plenty of ways to prove it, but.
Yeah, but we're never going to know who she trafficked to because.
Well, yeah, no, you'll never know. Yeah.
But back to Demonauts. quote, I don't know what the answer there is, dude. You know, when you're dealing with people who weren't selective over who they raped, murdered, and pillaged, you know,
That's why we need a global killer.
Right. What is the answer?
Little reset button. That's the answer, buddy. You let the plants take it back, bud.
I don't know about a global killer, but
oh, grow up. Like you're special. We're not special.
Oh, I'm not saying I am.
Well, all right, then you agree.
Yeah. Why don't presidents fight the war? Yeah, that's a very good point. And you know why? You know why the military targets 18-year-old kids? Because they're easily controlled.
I wasn't.
Yeah. They're easily influenced, easily controlled.
I used to talk to our recruiter in high school, man. I became like close friends with him like freshman year. I talked to that motherfucker all 4 years, like almost every day. And I made it clear to him real early on that like that wasn't the life I was trying to live. So then we were like best friends, dude. We hung out in the hallways, and he was a nice dude. He had some crazy stories.
Yeah. You probably would have been good at it though.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I was in ROTC and shit. I was great at that.
The only reason I say that is most of the guys I was in with, like you get this impression of who you think is a soldier or who is a fighter. And then under pressure, you find out very quickly that it's not who you thought it was. It's guys who have already dealt with trauma. It's guys who have already lived a life of hardship and have had to fight their way to get to the point where they are today. Those are the guys that you can depend on. It's not typically your high school jock athlete that outperforms everybody in all the testing and all that shit, but they've never been without food. They've never slept in a mud hole. You know what I mean? They've just had to persevere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's why the Afghans are impossible to defeat on their turf. You just can't. There are no Americans who have lived the way they live. You know, every soldier
and they've been doing it for
military over the last 30 years knows one thing. If they teach you one thing, they teach you: do not let them get their legs around you.
Merceau, no, he was the Army recruiter.
If it comes down to hand-to-hand combat, do not let them get their legs around you, because you can't get them off. Dude, they've been hiking those mountains since they were 2.
Exactly.
You know, they've got strength in their legs we don't even understand.
Oh shit, Doug Harrison, what up?
Yeah. Yeah, recruiters are good at lying, Jeffrey.
Fuck yeah.
There's no repercussions to it. You can't call them from boot camp and be like, hey, man, this ain't what you told me it was going to be.
Right? Yeah, no, they're fuckers.
Yeah. Paul, I just did one. I did one enlistment in the Navy. I was in the Seabees. So I wasn't in like a Seabees aren't considered a battle unit. We're taught base defense. But, you know, we don't go kicking down doors, shit like that. Typically how it works, the Marines will land on a beach, take that beach. We'll come in behind them. They leave. We start building some infrastructure. And while we're doing that, you know, we're getting pop shots fired at us. We fight back. That's pretty much the extent of. But, I mean, there have been some CB units that were in the wrong place at the wrong time that did some pretty gangster shit. You know, like when they stole that whole train full of beer in Germany, took it back to their boys.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Merceau, I'm down with that shit.
Yeah, Jeffrey, he was ground level then. I think that's where it started, wasn't it? Because the Seabees were originally not military. They were civilian contractors. They were just construction workers that the government hired to go overseas and build these temporary bases and stuff. But they kept getting shot at. So finally they're like, fine, you can have a weapon. So they gave them weapons, and then somebody finally got smart enough to be like, hey, this should be a military unit. They should actually be trained.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all CBs do, or they build shit. you know, just a military construction team.
It's badass.
What's stupid though is they're not allowed to build anything in the continental United States.
Wow.
Because of unions.
Right.
So if the government wants to build a building on base, they have to put out contracts. And it's not the lowest bidder. It's the guy with the most connections is going to get it. And he's going to make
yeah, that's how industry works.
Right. He's going to make millions more than he should have. Well, I was really fortunate, dude. The only reason I got these orders is because I was married. In my A school, there was 2 of us who were married. And that guy was talking about, the divorce rate in the Navy is like 85%. He's like, we're going to try to help you guys and not send y'all to sea duty right out of A school because you'll end up divorced. He's like, I've got these orders for this test program. So we went to this base in Lemoore, California, and this test program was they let us build permanent structures on base. We had the unions picket in the front gate and everything, because they were mad about it. But they just wanted to see if they let the Seabees do it, with our less than minimum wage salary, would it be cheaper and would it be more time efficient? Dude, we finished both those projects months ahead of time and saved the military millions of dollars. So we proved it was a good idea. But then Clinton got elected, and because he was pro-union, he shut it all down. I get unions have a purpose, but my thing is if the military has these units of guys that can do shit on base, why not let them do it instead of writing these multi-million-dollar checks to these civilian contractors? It just don't make any sense.
Because of the circle of money,
Right, yeah. Yeah, because that's how politicians get rich. People don't understand it. That chick, that hot little Hispanic chick, Cortez, whatever her name is, she was a bartender and got elected to Congress and now, or the Senate, whichever, and now she's worth like $50 million. How do you think they don't pay her that much? She's become a multi-millionaire because of...
Yeah, most politicians only make under $400K anyway.
Right. Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, the president only made $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
But the Clintons come out of office worth a couple $100 million.
Yup.
I mean, there's no way you can look at that and...
We're so all fucking prisons. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in our Constitution, homie.
Yeah, they absolutely should be doing something to pay back that debt that they're costing you and I to house them.
Well, oh, you're saying you're for slavery in prison, Shane?
Not slavery.
That's what it is.
No, it's not. Well, first of all, once you go to prison, you have to remember you've given up your rights to begin with. Should you be picking up trash or stamping out car tags? I think so. Yeah. They get paid for it. It's just
they get paid like $1 an hour, dickhead. Also, you think somebody going to prison for life over weed should have to do that?
That wasn't part of the conversation.
Yeah, it is because
it's part of it. Go to life over weed.
Well, a lot of people are in prison for retarded reasons doing slave labor, which is in our Constitution.
I agree with 100%. Those people shouldn't be in prison.
But somehow you agree with holy fucking shit. Forgot you can't read.
I can read. I just choose what I read.
Choose poorly.
Yeah. I said years ago, we're wasting billions of dollars housing young people because they had some weed in their pocket during the traffic stop. It's stupid. But
along with 100,000 other fucking
rapists and murderers and all those people, do I have a problem with them making them pick up trash for $1 an hour? No, I don't.
Well, no, but
they don't have rights, Donnie. They can't vote. They can't own guns. Once you go to prison, you don't have rights anymore.
I know. I don't believe in that either.
I think
I'm sorry. I don't cuck for the government.
I think the key there would be not raping and murdering and stealing.
All right. Well, what about the people that are doing the shit that are falsely accused of that shit?
All right, that's a whole nother conversation too.
It's still not because it's still the prison system, dumbass. It's all fucking blanketed right there, man. You can't argue me.
I can.
I mean, you can, but you're fucking wrong.
I can't convince you you're wrong, but I can argue with you.
Because I'm not wrong, because I can read and it's fact.
Mirsalt, you're right. She is hot. Yeah.
Resting bitch face. Yeah, I think I am. I mean, yeah, we are too.
Sometimes stealing and murdering. Okay. Hey, there's no topic we can talk about that you can't come up with a scenario that changes the way people are going to think about it. That's every topic.
I mean, yeah, that's just life, but
yeah, I'm just talking about universally.
Well, I'm talking about our prison system. It's fucked.
Why are you bothering with lock bar inserts?
So I have to remake a whole frame side.
Yeah.
For a knife that's already done and paid for. That I fucked up because I couldn't leave well enough alone.
Yep.
But if I can't figure out this lock bar, well, I'm just gonna make a fucking new fucking frame side. That's just life. It's fine. It won't take me like a day or two.
Yeah. How long do you think it's going to take you to make the insert?
All day tomorrow. Like all fucking day.
I'm not being a smart ass, but do you think you could have the lock bar frame side done in close to the same amount of time?
No, I mean the frame side would definitely take me probably 2 or 3 days worth of work all total. Getting it to perfectly match the one I already have and all that, and then refinishing everything.
I got you. It's getting hot in here. I thought I was wrong once, but was merely mistaken. That's right, Crispy. Inserts overrated, in my opinion.
Fuck you, Mersal. They are.
Ask your opinion, Mersal.
Trying to fix this goddamn knife. And fucking Scotch fucking is cool shit. So he's been super patient with me, and he's just fucking rad.
But that's why conversations like this and why the news is a multi-billion-dollar industry, because there's no perfect world and there's no exact answers to anything. As long as you can keep people arguing over it, there's going to be money to be made off of it.
Yup.
Yeah, like that's a very good point, Ground Fog. Like people want to talk about that Mick Strider stole a car. What if I told you he stole that car in a foreign country to transport his troops out of a hot area and save their life? Does that make him still in the car? Is that still a bad thing? That he stole some? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But
I mean, what if he stole a car and drove around the block? Is that wrong? If he didn't hurt the car?
Yeah, still wrong.
Why?
To what degree? I don't know. I mean, if you stole it and stripped it down and sold the parts, is that the same as going for a joyride and parking it unhurt? Probably not. So the punishment should. But hey, let's face it, though, dude. People don't go to jail for stealing cars anymore. People steal cars all the time, and they're out in 2 hours, and they just steal another car.
Yeah, that's true.
So apparently, not putting people in jail doesn't work either. That woman whose child was ran over in her stroller by that.
Yeah, but we can't, as a people who pay the fucking taxes, can't afford to house that many people in jail.
That's why they should be working for their housing. That was the whole thought process behind that. Let them do something that helps. Problem is,
fuck the law.
They let them do something. Let them do something to support all that cost. But you and I both know that's not what's happening. That money's not going back in. Our tax dollars are still paying to house them, and that money's going somewhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of answers if people were honest and did the right thing that would work. But we don't live in that world anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
Well, I mean, I think it used to be closer to that than what it is now. It's definitely got
If
work.
you even bring up or say the term "the good old days," I will drive down to Alabama and smack the shit out of you.
These are the good old days.
These are literally because
These are the best days we'll ever know because they only get worse from here.
Exactly my point.
Yeah. And please don't get caught. Yeah.
Get caught what? I don't get caught doing shit.
What if after your joyride you left it in a cornfield on fire asking for a friend? See, there's different scenarios. I don't know what that justifies. Did you catch the cornfield on fire? Because that's a whole different charge. Or did
that's a farmer's wrath, and that you don't want.
Right. Or did you just drive a stolen car into a burning cornfield? That seems a little unlikely. It's 11:50. Time for pretentious Donnie to come out.
What's up?
Kyle said it's 11:50. Time for pretentious Donnie to come out.
That's nice.
I don't know if I'd call you pretentious. You're very passionate about your opinions, and I can respect that.
I don't think you can be an anarchist and be pretentious.
I think you're a little wrong.
What sense does that mean?
You know, it takes all types, dude. You know, you need people of varying opinions before you can finally rest on something that is, it's not wholly acceptable, but as acceptable as it can be for society anyway. People can be replaced. My car can't. Evening, gents. What's up, Snot Rag?
Drink water. What do you drive, though?
Yeah. And good old days is kind of subjective, Donnie. You know, the good old days for who? You know, because any era you pick, they may have been good days for one class of people, but maybe not so much for others.
Yeah, but usually the only people that say that are old white folk.
That's not true.
I mean, it's the only time I ever hear that shit.
Yeah. I just got an alert on my computer that says there's going to be pollen tomorrow.
Pollen.
That's good to know. Pollen tomorrow. I think there's pollen every day.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. We're wasting our time talking about the human condition, though. We're never going to figure it out.
Nope.
We're never going to rest on something we all agree on.
In the words of Billy Bob Thornton, we call it a global killer.
Who's that good for, though?
Us, because we suck.
Well, if we suck and it's a global killer and there's no longer us, who's that good for?
And there's no more suck.
But who benefits from that?
No one. It's a moot point at that point. It's like dying. It just ends. That's it.
Yeah.
Unless you're delusional. Whatever.
Crispy, I kind of agree with that statement, but on the other hand, dude, they ain't happy either. I don't know a single rich person I've ever met that was content and happy in what they had.
I just ain't never met a person
They're just stressing over
that is content or happy or perfectly kumbaya with their fucking existence.
Right. I worked for a company, watched those kids become multimillionaires and watched them become, in my opinion, they became more miserable than they were
off with their heads.
But beforehand.
Yeah, for sure, man. Money don't change nothing.
Yeah.
To an extent.
But I ain't never seen a motherfucker riding a jet ski with a frown on his face.
That's right. That's right.
I never got jet skis, dude. In all honesty, they're
fun for like 4 seconds, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, they're fun for like maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then you just like, what? You know, because you can't climb a hill on it. You can't jump it.
I basically tried to kill myself on one many times, and I couldn't get hurt. So
dirt bikes were way better than jet skis.
Oh yeah, that's way scary.
They take more balls, but yeah, because on a dirt bike you can always find something that it won't do. A jet ski is always going to move itself through water. That's what it was intended for.
Yep.
You know, and as humans, we have to take everything and say, I wonder how far I can push this till it fails. That's just what we do. Used to be a roof over your head, food on the table. Now it's that plus 6 cell phones, internet, 2 cars, a wife, 3 girlfriends. Shit is expensive now. You're right. I think a lot of it's just because we've just forgotten how to be happy, how to be content.
Well, yeah, because you don't need all that bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need this fucking.
And most of that comes
I'm using.
Most of that comes from looking at other people and seeing what they have, and you know.
In all honesty, I don't need my fucking cell phone.
I say I don't, but whenever I forget it somewhere, I freak out and have to run get it.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, like, do I physically need it? No. My whole family lives within 2 miles of me. I don't need my phone.
Right.
And everybody else, well, fuck them. They know where I live.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if shit goes down, we ain't got no grid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need no phone or none of that.
Javon said, fucking clout goblins. Kyle said, Javon, you embody the term clout goblin. Don't you dare.
Nice.
Dude, I love Javon's my brother, man. I love him to death.
I like Javon a lot, man.
But I will say this.
That's why I watch
Javon is constantly downplaying the very thing that he's coming across as doing at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, you can't constantly look at analytics and say, I don't care about analytics. A motherfucker don't care about analytics. I ain't never looked at them. Not one time. You know, just look like, I was telling people, when everybody's bitching about the vertical lives, doing that for views. Yeah. If I spend 2-3 hours sitting down to put something on the internet, do I feel better if 50 people look at it or 5,000 people? I feel better 5,000. Is that a flaw? Probably. Is it healthy? Probably not. But it's the truth.
Yeah. Fucking A, man.
It's no different than, even if Donnie's not selling a knife, if he posts a picture of it, would you rather 5 people like that photo or 5,000?
Well, we all like
even if it doesn't sell you another knife, you'd still rather 5,000 people.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody likes recognition, or
right.
Well, even if it's false.
Yeah. Yeah, the only difference is Javon tries to act like you don't. And it needs to stop. Just take it for what it is, buddy.
Ugh. One when you can jump a jet ski, it's true. Me and Ernie, we used to fuck shit up when we were kids.
Views aren't watch hours, though. You're right, Todd.
Not in Martha's Vineyard, though. We're fucking poor, bro. We were at this place called Carter Lake.
The only time a jet ski is good for anything is when you got some fine little untattooed, unbody pierced thing sitting on the back of it with you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's really the only reason to go to the beach at all. Otherwise, fuck the sun, fuck sand, fuck the ocean.
Exactly. They all suck. Ain't none of them enjoyable. It's the view. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sure, I don't know that it gave us access to too much information we don't need to know. I think years ago, but I think now the issue is it gave us access to way too much information that's opinionated and not factual.
And this is empty, so I need another one.
I spent years wondering how people that I know very well and I care about, I'm like, how do they have these liberal views? I don't get it. I was actually kind of mad about it at first. And then I realized that all you have to do to understand that is swap phones with them. Their algorithm is feeding them the exact opposite of what you're being fed all day, every day.
What do you mean by liberal?
Everything they read.
Am I a liberal to you?
No.
What the fuck am I to you?
You're an anarchist.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with people being liberals. We either can have an intelligent conversation.
I don't like either one of those terms. I think they're fucking stupid, and both sides are both sides all the time. They just slightly lean one way or the other on every single subject.
Yeah.
So you're all the same fucking people. You're just retarded.
Yeah. I don't think I lean to one side on every single subject. Oh, maybe on a lot. But my point was, We can either have an intelligent conversation about it, or if you're not the type that can have an intelligent conversation about it, we can just not talk about it. You know, I decided recently to rid my life of someone who was constantly berating me and calling me stupid for my opinions.
I mean, I'll only do that if you and I are like on one together, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to like give you shit.
Right. But they, you know, I couldn't have a conversation with that person because I'm just an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, that's not cool.
So
I
decided that person is not healthy for me, so I don't associate with that person anymore.
That's why I only have internet friends.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But really, though,
I know
I am brash.
Yeah, and I know you're going to argue with me about anything I bring up, and I don't care.
That's because it's easy to do, and I like it. I like to argue. Even if I do feel right and righteous about it, I still like to do it. Or even if I'm wrong, I still like to do it. Me and Ernie, dude, me and Ernie will damn near fight each other over an argument that we're basically arguing the exact same point in a different fashion.
Right. Shane hates hearing the truth.
Yeah,
I like hearing the truth. I just don't like being
because he doesn't understand it.
Berated over something that you can't prove to me.
Oh yeah.
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 That's
like, I can't prove.
We could have a conversation where I could say that to you and you'd want to fight me.
I've never wanted to fight you, and we've had some
I'm
pretty
saying
conversations.
That statement alone that you just said, I could turn that on you, and you would get mad at me.
No, I don't think so. I think you're mistaken because I think I know what topic you're talking about, and I know
you do. That's the only reason
I know that there's things that I believe that I can't physically prove to you, and I accept the fact that you don't believe it. I'm okay with it.
Oh man,
I don't agree with you, but I'm not going to call you stupid for not thinking the same thing I think.
No. But you were talking about not being able to prove something. That was your statement.
What else? What was the whole statement? Because I don't think you listened to all of it.
I fucking heard you. You said something about
something
blah blah blah.
Something
if you can't prove it, then I don't care. Is basically what you said.
No, I didn't. I said
I'm gonna pull this up on my phone right now.
Yeah, and listen to all of it.
I fucking will, bitch.
So now you're arguing like a liberal. You took one word I said and ran with it. I said we can have a conversation about
I repeated it twice, and you kept backing away from it. So now I don't remember what the fuck I said.
I'm not gonna put up with you berating me over something that you can't prove. And I'm not gonna berate you over something that I can't prove. That's what I said.
There you go. See how you backtracked on yourself? I
didn't backtrack. That's exactly what I said. You
didn't have that second part in there.
I did too.
You didn't. You only had the first part.
You had your liberal ears on.
It wasn't both sides when you stated.
You had your CNN ears on or something.
You did not state both sides of that.
Okay.
You was only the one.
Lonnie can't listen while he's talking. That's a good point. You didn't hear me because you were talking over me.
No. I did hear you. And you did not say it like that the first
I'm thinking about getting a tattoo.
What?
I'm thinking about getting a tattoo. And sometimes when I think about it, I think it's kind of lame. And then there's another part of me that wants to get it. I want to get the periodic charts symbol for vanadium.
For what?
Vanadium.
Oh. I mean,
is it lame or?
You're talking to the wrong dude.
I'm not getting it on my forehead. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, if you're into it, you should get it.
Okay. My pink background is AOC hot. God almighty. Yeah. I think I could fix her. I think about 3 Viagra, a couple of Lortabs, and a half a bottle of tequila. I could straighten her right out.
Damn.
if it had meaning to you, then it's like, oh, if it had meaning to you, then it isn't lame. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, it's not like any deep, heartfelt meaning. It's just, in this time of my life, like I've got a crankbait tattoo from back when I used to fish all the time. I don't regret it. And right now I'm really into knives and I'm really into steels. And the things that make the steels that I love better than most is the vanadium. Yeah, vanadium in 15V, it means it's 15% vanadium. Okay. Yeah. Do it, Shane. Do what? Do not. No, just don't about. My tattoos are all a roadmap to particular. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I don't bass fish now, but I've got a Bomber A1 crankbait on this shoulder. The only tattoo I regret is the WCL tattoo on the back of my head. I kind of regret that one. Only because when my grandkids ask, what's WCL stand for? It's a little lame to have to explain that it stands for world class loser. But
yeah. I don't have any regret. I regret placement due to, like, if I want to put the one on my upper back, I could have gotten a full back piece, but now I can't unless I cover it up, and I don't.
I'm the same way with this. Yeah, with this crankbait, it don't. Like I've thought about it, and I can't figure out a way to add to it. I mean, everybody's like, you can do waves and
cover it up or whatever. I don't want to cover up any of my tattoos. You know what I mean? Like,
I've got 2 Celtic crosses because of this movie. Because of a movie series I loved that much. I don't regret them at all.
Yeah, man, fucking A. I got a bunch of fucking Tim Burton, some Nightmare Before Christmas, some other shit on me. Like,
well, the Nightmare Before Christmas tattoos never go out of style. Like,
no.
People are still getting those to this day.
Oh yeah.
The artwork for that I wasn't a big fan of the cartoon, to be honest with you. I can't even really.
Well, I don't like musicals, so
I couldn't have a conversation with you about that movie. But the artwork, yeah, everything about it was cool.
Yeah, the production of it, the building of it, that's what I was a fan. I'm a fan of Tim Burton, not necessarily that, but there's so much that went into that
I didn't know for years that he was married to that chick. The chick from Fight Club?
Bonham Carter.
Yeah. Bonham Carter. That kind of makes sense though, doesn't it?
No, totally. Yeah.
He would be married to her, or maybe Rose McGowan. They've all got that dark kind of emo side.
One of my Jeeps is named after her character in Fight Club, Marla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My white Jeep. Yeah.
You're out, Neil. It's good seeing you, buddy.
Oh, peace out, Neil.
I didn't mean to start a political. I don't even know if I did start the political talk in the chat. But
you totally did. I sure as fuck didn't.
I mean, I don't hide how I feel or how I vote or any of that. And if you choose to dislike me, or especially if you choose to call me stupid and treat me different because of it, then I don't need you here. So hit the fucking door. But, if we can disagree and still agree on knives.
I mean, I'll call you a douchebag, but still you.
Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about. There's a difference between fucking with each other and poking at each other. And
oh, yeah, totally. I know who you are as a person, and I'm cool with who you are as a person.
Yeah, I mean, I know
the other shit. I don't really give a fuck about
that if they spent time talking to you and realized your standings on everything, life in general. I know people who they wouldn't lay their wallet down in a room with you, and I mean that's just the truth. They would judge you in that, and I'm not that way.
Totally, no.
I've got a cousin whose dad her dad is extreme right wing, and I'll even be honest. I'll come out and say it. He's also racist. So he's one of those guys that give conservatives a bad name. But
right.
And her and I was talking about it one day, and she's like, "Look, I agree with 90% of everything my dad says." She's like, "But I've taught my children that if they're ever lost, if they're ever in a bad situation, you look for a large black man and run up to him and take his hand." And I was like, she's like, "You know why I've taught them that?" I was like, "Why?" She's like, because they don't fucking rape children most of the time. Not saying it don't happen.
All right. Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube. My bad.
I mean, there's some weird connotations you can take for that, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I mean, from like random people maybe watching or whatever, but no.
But if I stood a group of 10 people in front of
me, Shane, that's
of all different backgrounds, and said, Donnie, pick out the child molester without having any other knowledge.
You don't want to be an all black folk.
No, it's going to be a white dude.
You don't want to be no black folk.
Right.
No. Yeah. That's the thing about you, Shane. Like, you and me, we differ a lot, man, on a lot of things, bro. And we knew that from the start, you know what I mean? And I consider you a decently good friend now, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's just the way it is, you know?
I think I'm not at 2K yet because I had that period where I stopped putting up content. And then that was followed by YouTube not allowing me to put up content. And my content's not universal. I don't think it's for everybody. I mean, there's times it's not even for everybody in the chat. You know, there's people in the chat that have probably have been offended by something I said tonight or something Donnie said tonight.
Oh, I'm fucking sure something I said.
You know, but the thing is,
as long as you're not a racist motherfucker or maybe a couple other things, like we can be cool, man. Like there ain't nothing.
Donnie, close your eyes. This is for Nuts for Knives.
Woohoo!
Little blast from the past right there.
Getting X-rated in this motherfucker.
Dude, I used to get fucking $5 a pop for that.
Shit. Pay up, bitches. Somebody better donate money.
YouTube took my monetization.
Damn, somebody's got his address. You better mail that shit in. We take checks.
Let me tell you a little story, dude. I don't think he's in here. I haven't seen him.
Fucking story time by Shane. Let's go. After a nipple showing, this could be dangerous.
No, this is not edgy at all.
All right.
So I met this dude
in another live stream. What up?
At a non-knife related community.
Marcel, you lost your wine?
We'd only spoken a few times, to be honest. I mean, I don't think we'd spoken enough to consider ourselves friends yet or anything.
Who is this? I'm sorry.
I can't say.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I don't ever mention things like this, and I don't ever mention things like this unless they give me permission.
No, that's cool.
So, like I said, I'd known this dude a total of maybe 4 weeks, and shared 40 words between us. And he heard my story, and that I was a knife maker, and kind of what led me to that, all the negative bullshit. And he reached out to Kyle. I guess he found Kyle's email through Clean Work Knife Sharpening and emailed Kyle. And Kyle reached out to me and asked me if it was okay if I gave the guy my address. I told him it was. I don't care about doxing. I think that's stupid. If somebody wants to find your address and kill you, they will. But anyway, dude,
that's really
I got this. I don't want to show the addresses, but I got this envelope in the mail.
Okay.
With a letter that said, Shane, keep grinding. With 2 crisp $100 bills in it.
What?
Yeah. Didn't buy a knife.
What?
Just mailed me $200. And it's
what?
I hate just be a good person.
I know that's
shit like that. Right, shit like that reminds me that there are people out there, because that dude doesn't know my political standing. He hasn't asked. He didn't care. He heard my story and wanted to support me. Sent me $200.
That's dope.
Yeah, I used that money to buy belts and things for knife making.
That's really awesome, man.
Yeah, there are a lot of really good. And there's people right here in this community that have done pretty much the same thing, and I don't talk about them because they didn't expressly give me permission to mention what they had done. But
right,
there's some really good dudes in this community that have done.
No, totally.
That I'll be honest, I would already be out of business if it wasn't for a handful of people and the things they've done for me.
Same, dude. Straight up the same. Yeah.
There's another one that sent Kyle money to buy me belts with. I still don't know who the guy is. Still don't know who did that.
Damn. How do you get these free gifts, man? How you got motherfuckers simping? I like that.
I don't know. I don't know who it was that did it.
I need to get on some of that action.
I've tried to thank them, but it's hard without knowing who they are.
No.
And on top of that,
I'm just giving you shit, but yeah, that's awesome.
On top of that, you've got the guys that bought products from me when probably shouldn't have been selling quite yet. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I mean, guys buy knives from me that.
Hey, man. I mean, we all had that, man. I had homies buying my shit when I shouldn't have been selling the shit. You know, like that's part of the journey, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I'd have done without those people. I really do appreciate them, but it does give you hope.
Good luck, NFK20. That's scary.
And that's why I
Space Ghost, you gotta pay me for the net, bitch.
That's why I like when I heard the whole PNW. I don't know PNW that well. We've never really had.
No, I never talked to him, but if you'd have told me you were doing a giveaway thing, I would have sent you something to like raffle off or give away or
something. It was kind of spur of the moment when Stevie mentioned it. I was like, hey man, if you because the stuff Josh sells, in all honesty, it's not for everybody. Not everybody wants a.
That's any of us makers, man. Not everybody wants one of your knives. Not everybody wants one of my knives, man.
Right. But, and I thought, well, if that'll help, promote him selling more stuff, if I can help him out. So, and I've done that. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I've done that a lot. But the main reason I've done it is because people have been so good to me. And it makes you question sometimes, are we really that horrible? Because people definitely had some good moments, that's for sure.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Mark, shit, man, you can't afford me. Get out of here.
Yeah, Mark Park said you need to show off your nips to get free stuff.
I mean, yeah, I do with women.
Yeah.
I don't spend money on women. Women spend money on me.
That $200 was not on my bingo card. I was ready for the first of many episodes of Hate Mail to Shane.
Nice. Javon, you're on my list, man. I'm sending out a vapor here probably in like the next, I don't know.
Well, Javon, I don't get hate mail.
A month, but there's gonna be a couple people that hits before you, but it's coming to you, bud.
But I do get some. I wouldn't really call them hateful conversations on Instagram. But there's people here in the community who I've realized that kind of they jump at the opportunity if I post something, and it's really funny because like I'll post something that is arguable. I understand that. A lot of times I just like the whole Whoopi Goldberg picture. I just thought that was funny. I don't give a shit about Whoopi and her politics. Who goes to Whoopi Goldberg for their politics?
Whoopi Goldberg is only Guinan to me on Star Trek The Next Generation. Other than that, she doesn't exist.
Right. So I took it down, but it's just weird how people choose these moments to reach out to try to remind me of how stupid I am. And then it always ends up going in a completely different direction. Like
Eminem, we are retards, bud.
Like they start the conversation there, retard. But it's because they want to argue about something completely different.
Right.
Then I've realized these people just want to argue, and I don't need them in my life. I just don't need those folks, man.
No.
I don't need their viewership. I don't need to sell them a knife.
You should probably not hang out with me when I'm drunk then.
I do every Sunday.
I know. I'm sorry about it.
No, it's all right.
I try to hold off the booze.
Now, if our conversations ever get to the point where you're actually offending me, or I think you're doing something detrimental to your knife business, we'll talk about it off the air.
And I do appreciate that because I feel like that's real life. Like if you ever had a problem, you would have.
Right. I have thought about that. If you have a firm standing on something and you put it out there for people, does that mean that the people that disagree with you are less likely to buy your product, even if the quality's there? It probably does. I'm not saying you should sell yourself out, to make your business successful, but I've just learned there's probably just things we don't need to talk about.
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the internet, man. That's like, Dude,
it's just so easy.
Even at the tattoo shop, I had to tone myself down. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
yeah, like I'm sure people at the in Sunday school class that are all talking about going and getting a cross tattoo that week. You probably weren't at the top of their list of people to have it done by.
actually,
if they know you. If they know you.
If they knew me, no, but
right.
Because of how I am when I tattooed, yeah, gaggles of old ladies. That was my clientele, man.
Right.
Church ladies, like all that. I'm putting crosses on everybody, bro. Yeah. I can be cordial and nice about it.
Right. Yeah, because that's the one thing we have to remember. Everything we put out here.
I don't wear no ears, and I've never been to a Trekkie convention, unfortunately.
Everything we put out here on this internet, people can go back and see at some point in time and hold it against us. So, Jinx, what pretty eyes you have. Yeah.
I mean, they can hold this shit against me because my shit is flawless.
Yeah.
Matt, fair. Javon, excellent. I don't think anyone I've ever sent anything to shipped it off in any form of timely fashion. I think everybody, I did a pass around knife. I think every single motherfucker, they were like, oh yeah, I'll have it for like 5 to 7 days and I'll pass it along. No, they all had it for like fucking weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens.
No, I'm not mad about it. I was just like, I appreciate that he said that.
Right. Yeah, Javon will, if he tells you he'll give it back to you.
Sharper than most. That's right.
Now, his giveaways used to take him a little while.
You got a channel? What up?
I used to fuck with Javon about how long it took him to mail out his giveaways. But, dude, I messed with him, but I was the exact same way.
Javon,
the thoughts of getting up and driving across town to the post office for that one little knife that I gave somebody for free. Giving the knife away didn't bother me. Shipping it bothered me. No idea why.
Space Ghost, that's all me and Shane want to, buddy. I mean, we like them skinny, but we don't turn down a fatty.
Yeah. I'd pass on the big boobs if I could.
But if she's pretty in the face, I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah. Just Javon is fast as fuck these days. Yeah, he's got on his game. He got his damn pirate ship or whatever. It changed his game completely.
Well, shit, if you're that fast, maybe I'll make you in the first couple, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm sending it to...
He is fast. I'm bringing up old shit, but yeah.
I'm going to try to... I think I'm going to send it to Skelton. If you guys know who Jim Skelton is. I've been talking to that dude for years. He's a nice dude to me, despite whether you like him or not. He's kind of a character too, you know, like...
Yeah.
People like...
I don't care.
People like Skelton or they don't like Skelton, you know what I mean?
I don't care for Jim's personality, but I respect his talent. I respect his artistic taste. My whole issue with Jim Skelton was him defending Frank Fisher. Like, defending Frank Fisher.
I know about that. I don't know enough about the Fishers to formulate my own opinion.
But hey, Donnie, if somebody accused you of something and you swore to me, Shane, I didn't do this, I'd defend you to the end. But when I found out I was wrong, I'd be like, man, I was wrong.
Yeah.
And then I know Skelton never did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know about that whole thing.
Yeah.
But I'm removed from that, and I've only had great interaction with Jim. So
right. Yeah, I don't have anything.
But I understand why a lot of people don't like it. I mean. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sending it out to him and then a couple other people. So, Javon, you're on the list, bud.
Yeah. You can write down 30 names that most people would know within this knife community. And if you polled 50 people, you wouldn't find a single one of them that somebody didn't care for.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's just the way it is. You know, me and Stevie talk about this all the time. This is like the biggest and weirdest social experiment ever held. You know, friendships that we're forming, and then you can watch certain ones deteriorate over time. And there's maybe nothing wrong with either one of the people. It's just nothing society has never dealt with this before. We've never made friendships like this, and then, you know, the more you get to know somebody, the less you like them in some cases, and we've just never had to deal with this before. You know, and I don't think I don't have a clue where it's leading. You know,
Right.
what the end game is.
Right.
But I learned a long time ago it's okay that not everybody likes it. You know,
Sorry.
not everybody has to.
NFK 20, right on. Take it easy, man. Good luck.
I forgot to read his message. What's he going to the doctor for?
Some tick action.
Tick?
Yeah, because he had a bunch of ticks on him. He's getting tested and shit.
Oh, make sure you don't have Lyme disease.
Maybe. I don't know. He didn't say that.
I'm glad you're going, dude, because the
Yeah,
longer
you should.
you let that go, the longer it ravages you. So, yeah, good luck with that. I think if they catch it pretty early, there's a lot they can do, though. I've never downloaded a dating app. Bet that can get weirdly wild. But you never had MySpace? Dude, MySpace was the shit.
Javon, man, like, fuck that noise, man. I know. I one of my close friends. He's like 8 years younger than me. He came up at the tattoo shop. You know, we taught him and shit. Whatever. That don't matter. Anyway, he's into all that shit. Him and his friends, they all on dating apps. They're all that younger generation and shit. That is not for me, man. I can't. I try to talk to bitches on a fucking dating app, not bitches, just women, just whatever you want to call it. And it don't work, man. I can't do that shit. If I can't talk to a person like in person, like that shit ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean it's no different than when we're texting each other, dude. Because I've been guilty of this many times.
Yeah, but I only text a person if I've met them physically.
Right. But even if it's somebody I've met, they can text me something, and sometimes I will add emotion.
Oh no, totally. Yeah. No, I'm with you 100% there. Yeah.
It's completely out of place.
Yes.
You know, neither get a little too wound up or upset. Or
context through text doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
Marceau, first of all, I can write a hell of a love letter, bud. I'll make your panties wet if you want.
I'm fixing to have to jump off here and go do something about this fucking thermostat, dude.
No, you're sweating. How hot is it down there?
Sweating, dude.
It's cool up here, man. It's probably like fucking 50 outside.
My daughter, she's 19. She lives here. She's like, I don't know, 85 pounds. So she's always cold. And because now she's 19 and an adult, she thinks that she has equal control over the thermostat. And I constantly have to remind her that she do not. When you pay the mortgage, you have control of the thermostat.
That's right.
So I think she might have got a little cold and turned the heat up. So
yeah, better open those windows. It's like 62 up here. I don't know.
Well, at this point though, she's already asleep. So if I turn it down a little bit, she'll be all
right. Right.
I don't know, bro. I don't understand. I sent her $300 to Uber here, but she never made it over. Yeah, women have become so
Mercy Blues. Wait, why are you my Huckleberry?
I don't think it's they've become. Donnie, you're saying that wrong.
What?
When he says I'm your Huckleberry, that's not what.
I know that's not what he says, but that is what this gentleman typed.
Because he thinks that's what he said.
I know that,
and I have taken it as my personal duty to inform people.
Please explain to people.
Did not say I'm your Huckleberry.
No, he did not.
I'm your Huckleberry. By Huckleberry in his accent, what he was saying is I'm your Hucklebearer. The huckles are the handles on a casket. If you bear those, you're a pallbearer. A hucklebearer is a pallbearer. So what he was telling Johnny Ringo is I will put your ass in the fucking ground. Not I'm your Huckleberry.
That's right.
Which makes it even more gangster.
It is more gangster.
If you know what he's
old as fuck.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, totally.
You can even buy T-shirts that say I'm your Huckleberry. I'm like, why didn't they just use what he actually said? Because it's
sharper than most. Then yeah, man. That's what I do. Tell your friends, ladies preferably. But
sharper than most will wet your sock. Him and all of his buddies, they'll wet your sock together.
They better be lady buddies, otherwise I'm not into it.
Sharper than most is Josh Branson, in case you didn't know.
Oh, he's the sock.
He's the sock guy. Yeah.
I bet that is your gig then.
Josh Branson has been around the knife community for the 4 or 5 years I've been here. He has been a staple, but his fame has never risen to the levels that it did with the sock story.
Man, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. I haven't seen Dave's video yet today, so I'll always watch that.
Yeah,
when I get off here.
I watched it earlier.
I watched some NFL highlights. I watched Satu Dave. Yeah, that's about it.
That's the thing, Shane. That's the thing. You know, you're always like, oh, blah, 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 because I'm starting out or whatever. Like, Satu Dave don't be like, you know, he's not like a veteran in the community as far like that dude's learning. Right. And all of us goddamn near in this chat watch that dude. I watch that dude every week.
Right. But he doesn't have a huge following, but he has a very dedicated.
He's got a bigger following than I fucking do.
Yeah. He has a very dedicated following. And I really I can't put my finger on why. I mean, his videos aren't
Sharper most. I'm looking to
super entertaining or anything like that. Neither are mine. But what I'm getting at is I think people just gravitated to his honesty and how authentic.
Oh no, he's a great person for sure, man. Yeah.
He's a great person.
Yeah, he's a better person than you or I, homie.
Right. Yeah, and I wouldn't want to piss him off.
No, fuck no.
No. Yeah. I bet there has been moments in his time where people wish they hadn't crossed Satu Dave. But I could be wrong. He may have never been in a fight in his life, but he just gives me that vibe that
I feel like he is a mad pacifist unless you really push him over the line.
Yeah, and then once you push him, you're probably fucked.
Yeah. Merceau, which one? I got 2 black pussies running around here, man. You know how it is in the hood.
Yeah. Todd Carr, we can do that, dude. I'm sure Satu would be down for that. I've had a few people tell me they would, and then I get it. Like, you know, I know Brian kind of works on the same schedule as I do. When he's awake and feels good, he gets up and works. So
if you're gonna have Satu Dave on, like, I'll chime in for like 4 seconds and sign off because I'm too vulgar. I feel like I would offend him.
But we all offended him with that whole Satu's dick thing.
Oh, that's because you guys are like children. You like potty jokes.
Yeah, it was hilarious, but Satu did not. But I mean, I respect that he didn't get it, and I quit doing it when I realized he didn't think it was funny. He wasn't mad at us.
Right.
He just didn't get it. Yeah, would be cool to have Satu. Yeah, I already read that. That would be a great live. Well, we'll do that, man.
Blame it on Satu's dick. I love it. Swinging that hammer.
All right, guys, I'm fixing to jump off here, man.
All right, y'all. Hey, it's been good kicking it, everybody. You know, me and Shane get silly with each other, but, you know, it's all good times.
Yeah, dude. Don't ever think that if you don't agree with me and I don't agree with you, that can stop you from, you know.
As long as you're not going to do racist or a kitty rapist, we're probably okay.
Yeah. Past laying your hands on children, I'm not gonna berate you. I'm not gonna talk down to you.
I will if you're a racist. You can go fuck yourself.
Scream at you and all this stuff, and then try to blame it on my mental health as an excuse for me being a fucking douche, like some people do. So with that being said, I appreciate every amount of time y'all spend with me.
2 guns, 3 chains.
Peace, y'all.